Boys and girls, welcome all to tonight's doubleheader of girls varsity softball featuring the Southeast Polk Rams taking on your Ankeny Hawkettes. When our game begins, our umpires in charge are Phil Crease and Ron Taylor. The trainer ensuring the safety and well-being of both teams is Grant Waller. Rams are led by head coach Christiana Stiles, assistant coaches Cassie Harrington and Jada Long. Starting lineup for the Rams, leading off at shortstop, number 10, Hallie Clark. Batting second in left field, number 22, Berkeley Weiland. Batting third, the pitcher, number 24, Carter Bryce. Batting fourth in center field, number 9, Jaden Woods. Batting fifth at first base, number 11, Ivy Oroko. Batting sixth, third base, number 8, Brinley Cope. Batting seventh, the catcher, number 1, Kaylee Tamontry. Batting eighth, the designated player, number 7, Carly Killman. Batting ninth, right fielder, number 31, Kenna Brooker. And flex player for the Rams, second base, number 20, Josie Wadstrom. Hawkettes are led by head coach Sarah Saladino. Assistant coaches Kennedy Thomas, Samantha Reese, Laura Reese, and Shelly Johnson. And now, get up, get loud, it's time! Starting lineup for the Hawkettes, leading off, left fielder, number 17, Morgan Fisher! Batting second in center field, number 1, Avery Nelson! Batting third, the shortstop, number 2, Kensington Arundel. Batting cleanup in right field, number 8, Sarah Munger. Batting fifth at second base, number 20, Tanley Heidemann. Batting sixth at third base, number 7, Reagan Hogan. Batting seventh, first base, number 22, Emmy Hutchins. Batting eighth, behind the dish, number 26, Kinsley Eiley. Batting ninth, the designated player, number 11, Briley Buck. And in the circle for the Hawkettes, pitcher, number 28, Emma Munger. At this time, we ask that you please rise if you're able, remove your caps for our national anthem.
More Iowans drive Chevy than any other brand, and nearly 25% of the new Chevrolets sold last year came from the Carl Auto Group. Since 1978, we've exceeded expectations with an unbeatable selection and hard work that makes us your dealer for life. Come see why Iowans trust Carl Chevrolet, with locations in Ankeny, Stewart, and Webster City.
Your dealer for life, it's the Carl way.
My team and I know sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a great education. Every pass, serve, and swish develops critical skills like teamwork and perseverance. As an Ankeny mom, I've seen how important they are for success in the classroom and beyond. And as a realtor, I know that our schools are a big reason why people love to call Ankeny home. That's why I'm a proud supporter. Whether you're looking to upgrade, downsize, even find a driveway that fits a basketball hoop, I'm here to help at every step and stage of life. But before that, let's cheer on our team.
West 40 Flea Market in Uptown Ankeny is your place to shop for the best meats, steaks, brats, jerky, and everything in between. Let us be your one-stop shop for all your favorite cuts, all raised on local Iowa farms. Shopping local never tasted so good.
The Carl Chevrolet family of networks is built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team. Welcome to Ankeny High School for the resuming of a doubleheader that was originally scheduled earlier this year between the 4th-ranked Southeast Polk Rams and the hometown Ankeny Hawkettes. Alongside Andy Pollock, I'm Nick Menson with you on the call tonight. Andy, this is a game that on paper looks a little lopsided, but Ankeny being the home team tonight can't necessarily rule them out with only being 1/2 inning into this one. What's the key for them to keeping a fight up in this one?
Well, Ankeny hits the ball very hard, and they've done that all season long, and they put up a lot of runs this season. That's the way the Hawkettes stay in it. Young pitchers right now that are still learning the game that have stepped up, and they're improving every week, and right now the key is, they got to get a lot of runs in to keep up, and trailing already 2-0. But, already looking at the situation right now, nobody out and runners on 2nd and 3rd in a really good position because Kensington Erringdale, the future Mississippi State shortstop, is up to bat right now. So a good way to start off this game or resume this game for the Hawkettes.
Erringdale having the lone run from a solo home run last night against Valley. It was a game they lost here at home 11-1. So the Hawkettes looking to rebound after a lopsided night last night.
Well, a lot of speed on the bases right now, too, with Morgan Fisher, state champion, 400 runner, one of the actually top middle distance runners in the country. And she's at 3rd right now. And look at Avery Nelson at 2nd. So that's the game reset, I guess, as we look at things right now. And Ron Taylor realizes he's not starting off the game in the A position. He's got to head over to the C position because there's runners on 2nd and 3rd. So get our umpires in the right spot.
First pitch low for ball on that one is hit foul beyond the bullpen of Southeast Polk to even the count at 1-1. Erringdale with a .459 batting average coming into tonight. 5 home runs leading the team. This one line driven into center field. 1 run scores, and it's an RBI single to start off the day for Erringdale.
So the Hawkettes in great shape right now. Good piece of hitting, Erringdale, and I've watched her do that for years. Just takes the ball right back at the pitcher. Not two teams that are huge power hitters right now. Both teams hit the ball well. That's not huge power hitters, and the wind is blowing in pretty stiff from left field tonight. So I doubt we're going to see very many home runs, with the exception of Munger, who has the power to put it in the opposite field. She may be able to get one out that direction, but not many are going to fly out to left tonight.
This one popped high and up, but it is foul, not a play.
Munger, with her sister, will be our starting pitcher tonight for the Hawkettes. Both of them have got a lot of early reps here in their career for Coach Sal.
Munger currently at the plate, only .351 average this season, but that's also because she's been walked 7 times, bringing her on-base percentage to .478.
Yeah, very, very efficient hitter. Does not strike out much.
One count. That one outside for ball 2.
So early on, we've seen Carter Price, and Carter's a very, very good softball player, but early on she's got behind in some of these counts. And when you're coming out there already, the runners on 2nd and 3rd, that can make things difficult.
That one high again, making the count 3-1.
In the past, this is a Hawkette team that we would have seen bunt in these situations, but this team built a little bit differently right now. A lot of girls that can get that ball to the green.
That one is popped high and up, and it gets on the ground. So another run gets in for Ankeny, and it ties the game.
Munger with the flare single to right field. Plates another for the Hawkettes.
So it does tie the game. We had a scoreboard error on our one here at the field. It is 2-2. For a second, it was showing 3 runs scored by Southeast Polk in the
No
top of the
outs.
first, but to
All
confirm,
riders
it is
2.
tied at 2 apiece. And now Southeast Polk having a discussion here at the circle, as they currently do not have any outs yet.
Southeast Polk rolled in a little sluggish. Just watched them get off the bus and watched them walk in, and it's kind of showing up in their play early on here. This is a good softball team, ranked number 4 in the state. This is very uncharacteristic of them. Not errors so far, but just kind of ho-hum out there. I think once this team wakes up, you're going to see something quite a bit different. But great hitting from the Hawkettes already in this one, and feeling pretty good right now. Carter Price, through last night against Waukee Northwest, had a great game. In fact, probably the best she's looked all season. A very good hitter, but first out there. But yeah, Carter's right now just struggling to find that zone early on in the count.
At first in foul territory.
You mentioned Southeast Polk looking a little sluggish right at the gate. You would think with after losing that narrow one at Waukee Northwest, 3-2 last night, they would be coming out high and alert. But
yeah, that was extra innings too. That can end up being a late night. Seen that a lot though. These girls play a lot of club stuff too, so they're used to playing at night and turning right back around the next day. It's almost one of those where you'd rather play in the morning, get out and do something, but instead you got to go sit around after losing a heartbreaker last night.
0-1 count, swing and a miss for strike 2 by Hogan.
Hogan's got some power behind her bat as well. He's a talented sophomore.
8 RBIs this season, looking for some more here.
So Price back to working ahead in the count right now, and you saw her not getting anything good to hit on that 0-2 pitch.
Now in the bunt position is Hogan. She pulls back. Swing and a miss, and a strikeout for Hogan for out number 2 of the inning.
Price comes back with that high fastball, which the spin didn't look like she was trying to throw the rise, just took it upstairs, and again, Hogan, a power hitter, goes after it. That's where she likes him. If it's high, keep it high, but just couldn't get the bat caught up to the fastball.
So now Emerson Hutchins, Emmy she likes to be called at the plate. First pitch outside for ball 1.
It's been a great bottom of the first, though, for the Hawkettes to go toe-to-toe with this number 4 team in the state.
Setting the tone early against these higher-ranked teams is definitely the way you want to start. 2-0 count now for Hutchins.
Toying with that inside part of the zone a lot right now. Hutchins crowding the plate. Try to put one in on the hands.
Check swing, they do call it around, so it's now 2-1.
She's like that high part of the zone a lot. It doesn't look like there's upward movement on. I think she's just coming with a high fastball. I don't think that's a rise coming in. That was more of a rise look there.
So now you got a 3-1 count and one more ball from loaded bases, and bringing Kinsley Eiley to the plate. Swing and a miss to load the count. A big pitch coming here from Price.
Hutchins, a freshman, getting some good looks here to start the season. Got to play a little bit a year ago as an 8th grader.
That one outside to load the bases. And it brings Eiley to the plate.
Draws the walk to load the bases.
Well, can't script a much better start to this one for the Hawkettes.
Number 26, Kinsley.
Now here's the catch. Eiley only 1 for 14 from the plate this season. Now the flip side of that is that she has been walked 5 times, so it isn't like she hasn't been getting on base. It just hasn't been coming from hits. First
Fat pitch, yeah, right down the middle there. Coming back off the walk. Might be a good time to be looking for one of those again. You don't want to walk in this situation, so a couple good pitches to hit coming.
That one outside. Count now 1-1.
The wind continues to howl in from left field. It's supposed to die down throughout the course of the night. We've just got a beautiful night, though, here on the south side of Ankeny.
Another one outside, making the count 2-1.
Price not getting that inside part of the plate right now. In fact, it's not there. She's pitching it inside, but not getting anything from Phil Crease there either.
Another one outside.
Right now, if you're Eiley, you are absolutely looking to clobber this 3-1 pitch.
Here's 3-1. That one in the zone to load the count. And now big pitch coming here from Price.
And that's probably going to be one of the best pitches she sees against Price.
Payoff pitch. Swung at and missed for strike 3. Ankeny leaves runners stranded on all 3 bases, but does get 2 runs and 3 hits in the bottom of the first. We'll be back with Southeast Polk up to the plate after this on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team.
At Ankeny Community School District, we know the power of public education. Your child's preschool, transitional kindergarten, and kindergarten journey begins here with a strong foundation. Certified educators provide an engaging curriculum in safe, nurturing environments. Space is limited for preschool and transitional kindergarten. Experience Ankeny. Preschool is free, and the strong start we provide your little learner is priceless.
What if you could create memories that would last a lifetime? That would be pretty cool. Well, now you can.
I got you here.
The Carl Chevrolet family of networks is built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team. Welcome back to Ankeny High School, where we got a 2-2 ball game after one fully completed inning as we are resuming a doubleheader that was previously suspended earlier this season between the 4th-ranked Southeast Polk Rams and the Ankeny Hawkettes. Kaylee Tamantry up to the plate first for the Rams here in the top of the 2nd.
Southeast Polk's MO is they want to get a runner on and they want to bunt them around. You're gonna see a lot more bunts in this game than any other game we've watched this season.
That was one thing seeing research on this team is that there are not a lot of home runs
No,
being hit by this team at
not a
all.
bit.
This one driven into center field as it gets on the ground. An easy single to start off the day for Tamantry. And now Carly Kielman coming to the plate for Southeast Polk.
Just a nice level swing for Tamantry, the lefty. You know, didn't expect to see her maybe take a full swing like that, but just really place that ball right where she wanted to go. And again, the infield is in right now because the scouting report is that Kielman likely to put this ball on the ground. And as I say that,
that's one out. Tamantry trying to get to second.
Out at second.
And she was tagged in time.
Good by Hogan.
So a double play following the caught ball in right field.
well, Tamantry, took off hard like she was going to draw the throw, and she retreated too early because as the throw came in, she was going back, realized that the cutoff was missed, and so she tried to go, but that look, and you're throwing at a D1 shortstop out there, so Kenzie Erringdale just puts that on just perfect.
There's that bunt attempt like you had mentioned. But yeah, as she was between first and second, it looked like she was still trying to make a decision, but of course she was off the base and in danger.
As Eiley, I think, might have taken a foul ball off the chest protector. A little gamesmanship there by Phil Crease to make sure she's okay.
That pitch in the ground before it even gets to home to even the count at 1-1.
So Munger you won't see Munger striking out many at all, but she is going to pitch to contact, and she's going to let her defense make plays behind her. And in a game like this, it's likely to be pretty high scoring. That base running error could be costly for Southeast Polk.
That one fouled to make the count 1-2.
Because Ankeny will match them with the bats for sure.
Brooker batting .263 this season, dealing with the 1-2 count right now with 2 outs. That one in the zone and a strikeout to send us to the bottom of the second. Briley Bach, Emma Munger, and Morgan Fisher due up for the Hawkettes in the bottom of the second. When we come back on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team.
At Elk River Contracting, we know a great remodel is a lot like the perfect beard. You can't rush it, and the beauty is in the details most people overlook. Because there are 2 kinds of contractors, the ones with magnificent beards and the ones you don't hire.
Searching for a home that combines a resort lifestyle with the comfort of being close to your loved ones? At Epcon Communities, we make building your dream home an easy and exciting journey. Choose the floor plan that fits your lifestyle, handpick the finishes to make it uniquely yours, and leave the rest to us. We'll handle the construction, you focus on the fun part. After closing day, your new home is all yours, ready for you to start enjoying the community.
Bach singles up the middle on the first pitch. Runner first, no outs. Turns over the lineup for left fielder.
One single already here in the bottom of the second from Briley Bach.
Oh, you're seeing a lot of speed right now, and Fisher stepping up to the plate.
Fisher bunting that one. It is caught for out number 1.
That's about the only way that Fisher's not going to be getting on base. It's not getting that bunt on the ground.
Pop up out to Demontre for the first out of the inning.
Good pitch, though, by Price to recognize the bunt was coming and get that ball up in the air, high in the zone.
That one outside for ball 1. Of course, Fisher's intent was to try to bunt on the ground to try to advance her base runner from first to second.
When she does that, though, she is, with her wheels, she is safe at first a lot. Nelson, right now, up at the plate, is an interesting story. In her senior year, about a week and a half ago, broke her wrist and is playing right now with it taped up. But she is out there wanting to make some memories here in her senior season. I'm not sure how you swing the bat with a broken wrist, but she's doing it. Iowa Western next year.
I think about players swing the bat with a broken wrist. It makes some of these professional athletes that you see, especially like basketball players, like, why are we complaining about certain injuries when we got high schoolers swinging with broken wrists?
Nice play out there in left field.
And yes, I just took a shot at some NBA players there. Forgive me if you want to, but
2 outs.
Weiland out there in left, an incredible athlete. She also heard from her a lot at the state girls track meet, which is, wow, now that's closed in on a month ago, but feels like it was just yesterday.
That does sound weird to say.
And full bore into, we're on the downward slide right now of summer sports. We're already over halfway through the season, which is nuts.
That pitch high from ball 2.
Kenzie Erringdale will go down as one of the best. There's been a lot of good softball players in this town, and she will go down as one of the best here. She heads off to Mississippi State next year.
She leads the team with 5 home runs this season. She had the lone one against Valley last night.
Again, going to be tough to put one out in left field. That's where she likes to go with the left to left center.
Say that wind is not in her favor. That one caught by the second baseman of Southeast Polk. Great way to end the second for the Rams. When we come back, Wadstrom, Clark, and Weiland due up for the Rams on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team. Top of the third coming up after this.
All the pets in Ankeny can't wait to see us at Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital. Located just south of Uptown, our family-owned and operated practice has yearly plans with monthly pay options. to x-rays to our own pharmacy, we love them like our own. Your pets are our pets at Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital.
More Iowans drive Chevy than any other brand, and nearly 25% of the new Chevrolets sold last year came from the Carl Auto Group. Since 1978, we've exceeded expectations with an unbeatable selection and hard work that makes us your dealer for life. Come see why Iowans trust Carl Chevrolet with locations in Ankeny, Stewart, and Webster City.
Your dealer for life. It's the Carl-O-Way.
Third inning. Shortstop, number 10.
Welcome back
Riley
to
Clark.
Hawkette Softball in the Carl Chevrolet family of networks built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team. Hallie Clark leading off for the Rams in the top of the third as we are tied at 2 apiece. This one grounded, just foul.
Just a couple inches off there as she got around on that pitch. This is the start of a huge, well, actually last night was the start of a huge week for Hawkette Softball. They are home for doubleheader tonight. Last night had Valley, who's number 3. Southeast Polk tonight, who's number 4. Tomorrow night, Johnston, who's always tough. Doubleheader against Johnston tomorrow night. And then Waukee on Thursday night. And then, Friday and Saturday, head on up to Fort Dodge and play 2 games each day up at Fort Dodge. So I talked to Coach Saladino before the game to just, what's the mentality? So we acknowledge it, and we're playing 1 game at a time as we head into the week. And, it might involve some girls playing some positions they don't play a lot of, but they're going to – so maybe some extra girls getting some pitching reps in that time, but they're going to be tested both physically and mentally over this stretch because next week it doesn't get any easier. They have a lot more games and home games. That's the beauty of this all. They're fortunate to be at home with the exception of that Fort Dodge tournament. In fact, a big one next Wednesday at home against the intercity matchup with the Jags of Centennial. Paul Yeager and I will be here on the call for that one as we bring him out of retirement for a game this summer.
4 nights in a row of home games this week. Since when did this become the minor leagues?
Well, some of that rain we had earlier in the year. This one's a makeup from earlier in the year. Was that a week ago? I think this one was supposed to be played.
It might have been. I think it was on the call for Centennial and Waukee Northwest, and they moved that up game 1 to
That's
3
right.
p.m.
Yep. So about 2 weeks ago now that this game was originally started.
That one was a battle of the juggernauts.
Well, and Rams went toe-to-toe with Northwest last night. Like you mentioned, extra innings, losing 3-2. Seeing Carter Price come back and pitch right away here again today in game 1.
That's the beauty of CIML. It might have the top 4 teams in Class 5A, but sometimes you just never know who's number 1.
Well, and there's a lot of talented teams that aren't in that top 5. What a beautiful pitch from Munger. I thought she might get the ring up there. I love that little drop change, and she's got a big smile on her face.
So a full count now for Clark. A very long at bat for her. She's leading off. She drives out into left. It is caught. Great catch by Morgan Fisher in left field for out number 1 of the inning.
Fisher, good jump on that. Well struck ball, but Fisher right there for it. Got a couple. Weiland, one of those really talented track runners I talked about earlier, playing in this game. Trying to get that ball on the ground and let her speed take her to first.
She's got the best batting average on the team at .462. The first pitch outside for ball 1.
That pitch didn't miss by much.
One-0 count for Weiland. She bunts that one down. It is foul as it trickled back and bounced on home plate. Even count now at 1-1.
I like the approach that Munger's using so far. She knows she's not going to overpower anybody with fastballs, so she's used a lot of different spots to hit. Likes that drop change a bunch. Wouldn't be surprised if you don't see that again here. A little rise look from Munger. Interesting. Haven't seen her go to that very much. Infield, everybody playing in right now for the Hawkettes.
That one foul again. Just made contact with the bat.
Weiland trying to give herself the old Baltimore chop right now. Looks like she's trying to hammer that thing off home plate and has been too much on top of it. Hasn't been solid enough on it. But you know, with her, if she bounces that thing off the plate, she's going to be safe at first with her speed.
When it comes to chopping, I think she learned a lesson from Fisher when she tried bunting it. That one.
That, again, just didn't miss by much. And I love that pitch from Munger because it's a fat pitch coming right down the middle and then drops off the table. Of course, Munger's mom was a...
On two shortstop and a throw to first in time for out number 2. Arundel getting on it quick.
With the clean put out on the 6-3.
I was going to say Munger's mom, a Division I softball player from Urbandale.
Number 24, Carter Price.
So got to play a lot up at UNI. Aunt was a head softball coach at Urbandale up until a year ago, so there's a lot of softball in this family's genetics.
Speaking of Urbandale, that's who Southeast Polk will welcome to their home diamond tomorrow in a doubleheader. That one fouled near the baseball diamond to make the count 0-1 for Price.
Urbandale in kind of a rough spot right now. They've lost 12 in a row, and I mean it just doesn't get any easier with this CIML schedule. You got a juggernaut every single night that you're going up against.
That one. Good sink on that at the latter end of that pitch to make the count 0-2.
Yeah, she's playing with the vertical planes right now and really changing the view of those hitters, exactly what she wants to do. It's the most comfortable I've seen Munger look in the circle this year.
That one on the ground in right. Won't make the throw to first, so it goes as a single for Price. She gets on base.
We're going to get a Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital substitution here with a courtesy runner. At 13? To see that through the fence.
That is Ella Wheatley.
Number 13, Ella Wheatley. At the plate, center field, number 9, Jaden Woods.
So Woods now at the 412 average. Here's the run to second. The steal is successful for the Rams.
Not by much. Eiley, I'm going to be honest, I didn't know Eiley had that quick release in her. I've watched her play. She's got an incredible arm, but sometimes it takes a little long to get out of her glove, and Eiley was really close to knocking down Wheatley.
That's where track speed really pays off.
Woods using that grip that we've seen more and more over the years right now of the hands there's quite a bit of space in between them right now, and it seems to work out very well for her, batting well over 400 on the season.
And that was not the way I was taught back in the Little League days.
I think it allows, maybe not as much power behind it, but a lot more control with the bat, with that higher. You're choked up with one hand, but you're not with the other. It's just a weird, it looks weird from back here, but I see it happening all the time right now in softball.
Bright side is that it definitely reduces the amount of sting you might feel if you hit it a certain way. On the first strike of this count for Jaden Woods.
Yeah, red light was on. Woods had zero intention of swinging at that pitch. And they're in a good shape now with Arilco coming up next as well. And Munger's got a little smirk on her face right now. She knows that drop change is working tonight, and that's an awesome pitch for a kid that can't overpower people. And that'll come from Munger as she gets older, just an 8th grader right now, but right now she's relying on her craftiness.
Does she go to it again, and will it work? That one hit right to her. And the throw to first in time for out 3 to send us to the bottom of the 3rd. And once again, the Hawkettes hold the Rams scoreless. Munger, Heidemann, and Hogan due up when we come back on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team.
My team and I know sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a great education. Every pass, serve, and swish develops critical skills like teamwork and perseverance. As an Ankeny mom, I've seen how important they are for success in the classroom and beyond. And as a realtor, I know that our schools are a big reason why people love to call Ankeny home. That's why I'm a proud supporter. Whether you're looking to upgrade, downsize, even find a driveway that fits a basketball hoop, I'm here to help at every step and stage of life. But before that, let's cheer on our team.
At Ankeny Community School District, we know the power of public education. Your child's preschool, transitional kindergarten, and kindergarten journey begins here with a strong foundation. Certified educators provide an engaging curriculum in safe, nurturing environments. Space is limited for preschool and transitional kindergarten. Experience Ankeny. Preschool is free and the...
Ooh, Munger.
Welcome back to Hawkette Softball on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks. While you're away, they were moving quickly between innings as Munger had a left field fly out that brings Tinley Heidemann to the plate now.
On any other day, that ball's gone, but that's just right into the heart of this wind coming out of the west right now.
When that thing was hit, I went, oh great, is our audience going to miss a home run to left field?
We got her back just in time, and
that was high and outside.
I thought for a second that maybe Weiland lost it out there, but she was able to track it down and make the play up against the fence.
I'm not sure how Weiland would have been losing it when the sun's behind her.
Well, I think just the way the ball was hit, some of those balls with a spin on them, too, they look like they have a little more on them and then get knocked down. I think that was the case there, some top spin off the bat of Munger.
Swing and a miss at that one for strike 3. Out number 2 of this inning.
Second out of the inning. Brings up third base, number 7, Reagan Hogan.
So Reagan Hogan now back. Hogan fouls that one off. It is over the press box for an 0-1 count now.
Really just the weather lately here in Iowa has been awesome. Free base.
Hogan taking it off the elbow.
Hogan hit by pitch.
Unfazed by it.
At first. Keeps the inning going.
Now, Emmy Hutchins.
Number 22, Emmy Hutchins.
I've seen a lot of these foul balls go toward the baseball field. Luckily, no game going on there that they could be interfering with.
Yeah, I haven't looked to see when the makeup for this game is for baseball. I gotta probably get that on the calendar here to make sure we're around. Man, after the way this game started, we've seen a defensive battle. As Price continues to just want to work inside on the batters. A little too far inside on Hogan, but.
So 1-1 count now for Hutchins.
Long time in the circle.
Hogan started running off, and she comes back.
Price having to work pretty hard this morning. Or this afternoon, I should say. You get a tournament zone with Phil Crease, so you're that ball's got to be a true strike. There's nothing extra given.
There's a strike right as you mention it to make the count 2-2. One more of those can send it to the top of the 4th. Swing and a miss. And that ends the third. Scoreless. We are through that inning and the one previous. It is still 2-2. When we come back, Orozco, Cope, and Tamantri due up for the Rams on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks built by the Danielle Seifert real estate team.
What if you could create memories that would last a lifetime? That would be pretty cool. Well, now you can.
West 40 Market in Uptown Ankeny is your place to shop for the best meats, steaks, brats, jerky, and everything in between. Let us be your one-stop shop for all your favorite cuts, all raised on local Iowa farms. Shopping local never tasted so good.
Welcome back to Hawkette Softball on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks built by the Danielle Seifert real estate team. We got a defensive duel here after that first completed inning where all those runs were scored. Ever since, we've had 2 full innings with no runs.
Well, the tone was set, I thought, with all those runs being scored early on, but both pitchers have settled in. Some opportunities, opportunities have really been limited for both teams on the bases after that first inning.
It's Ivy Orozco leading off the Rams in the top of the 4th.
I'm just so impressed by the craftiness of Munger in this game so far. She has given Southeast Polk very little that they can get around on. It's been a good matchup for the Hawks.
That one grounded to third, and the 5-1 put out. Successful for the Hawkettes in the top of the 4th for out 1.
And the defense making the plays behind her as well. So
for the first out of the inning.
It all just goes back to what you mentioned. It's not necessarily going to be a bunch of strikeouts in this one.
Yeah, the Hawkettes have done a great job making the plays behind her. It's one of the few true fastballs we've seen from Munger, and that ball, with the pitches that she's throwing the rest of the game, that ball looks like it's coming a lot faster than it really is.
And hey, if you can use less than 3 pitches for a put out, that's good on the arms of your pitchers.
She's been working into that zone all night long. This is one of the few times she's been behind an account.
Now 2-0. This is Brinley Cope at the plate for the Rams. That one falling back into the zone.
Little pop in the mitt of Eiley. As Munger gaining some velocity as this game goes on, just getting a little more loose out there. Doing it all with a smile on her face.
This one popped high and shallow as it is caught for out number 2.
The wind brought that ball. It looked like he was going to be on the left side of the infield as it went up in the air. That wind took it all the way over. It was almost closer to first base than second. Little smirk from Kenzie Erringdale, who called everybody off initially from her shortstop spot, and she ended up having the longest run to make after the wind took the ball.
On a day with no wind, she's typically running back to go get that one.
Yeah, that wind just carried that over towards the right field foul line.
Kaylee Tamantri, the first one past her at roughly head height for a 1-0 count.
Munger just putting that ball right where she wants to put it today. I'm not sure who's calling the pitches in the Ankeny dugout, but this has been a great look.
This one not quite able to be reeled in by Erringdale. That one had some speed on it as it went past her glove.
Speed and some English to it, too. That ball kind of curved around the glove as it made its way towards Erringdale.
Number 7, Carly Kilman.
Some of those curves are reminding me of watching golf.
Well, my golf shots go the complete opposite direction as a righty, spinning away. You don't want to be playing to my right side.
Better than me, who's never stepped on a golf course, at least to shoot any golf. Have been on some golf courses for cross country back when I was in high school. Carly Kielman here, 1 for 15 at the plate this season.
She had a big strike to right before and does the same thing again.
As fly out number 3.
Munger flashes the leather
And
right
that sends
field.
us to the bottom of the 4th. Southeast Polk once again with no runs as we remain tied at 2 apiece. You are watching Hawkette Softball on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team.
At Elk River Contracting, we know a great remodel is a lot like the perfect beard. You can't rush it, and the beauty is in the details most people overlook. Because there are 2 kinds of contractors, the ones with magnificent beards and the ones you don't hire.
Welcome back to Hawkette Softball on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks. It is Kinsley Eiley, Briley Bach, and I think Munger. Is it Munger or Fisher? I don't have the order down probably correctly in my playbook, but we still remain tied at 2 apiece.
Hawkettes smelling upset right now. This is and this is a confident team, despite the 5-8 record right now. They're out there. Watched them before the game. I've seen them after a couple games too. Like the coaching staff has done a good job keeping everybody focused, and this would be a great way to kick off the second half of the season right now if they could upset the number 4 team in the state.
When you play enough CIML games halfway through the season, you are conditioned for those opponents. That is for sure.
And again, a week where, you know, it's going to be a dogfight all week long, playing 2 games tonight, or 2 games tomorrow night, another game on Thursday, 2 games on Friday, 2 games on Saturday, and right back at it again next week. And see a good way to keep everybody's spirits up right now. They've played really well so far. Wind has shifted a little bit. It's now straight in from center.
Count now 1-2, and now rather than only having home run favorability in right field, there's no home run favorability at all. Eiley pulling back her bunt. She fouled that one into the fence. Count remains the same.
Counting down the days right now that we can say it's fouled back into the fence. This fence is coming out after the season I believe it's 1 more, but they've got the turf going in. So that'll be a welcome addition here. Any rain that we get, we'll be able to play about a half hour after, as soon as any lightning's out of the way.
I'm sure our viewers and our camera operators on our live stream will enjoy not having all those fence posts in the way.
And Eiley stays alive. Again, I just think that confidence I feel like is building right now with this Hawkette squad.
They know they have something going. It's just a matter of maintaining it and not getting too high on it. On high again, and now a full count for Eiley.
And with the part of the order that they're in right now, Eiley would be getting on base would be huge.
She may be 1 for 14 on trips to the plate, but she gets her 6th walk of the season.
Works the quality of bats
and a great at bat from Eiley right there. And now you get back to the top of the order. Going to get a Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital substitution here for Eiley. Let's see who's out there to run for her.
Sophie
Shepner coming in.
Kersey runner at first.
Shepner only just completed her 8th grade year, so main use as a courtesy runner here. She sees the varsity high school softball field before she even sees the inside of Ankeny High School.
And I was wrong. We're at Briley Bach. Now we're working our way back to the top of the order, correct? Or not, am I right? Yeah, there we go. Okay.
With the sacrifice bunts. Runner second, 1 out.
You said that. I had to think for a second. Wait, I was like, wait a second. We sure about that?
Yeah, I was waiting to watch that lefty come up. I just with the helmets on, and immediately when I saw the darker hair, I knew it wasn't Morgan. But Morgan with a good chance to, with this part of the order, if she can get on base, give the Hawkettes their first lead of this game.
That first one fouled near the Hawkette bullpen. She does have a runner in scoring position. The question is, can the Hawkettes get a lead here before the inning is over?
I was looking around to see if her Uncle Kevin was in the crowd watching tonight. He's probably watching us right now. Always pulling for his niece.
Kevin, if you're watching on the live stream, we thank you for tuning in.
Well, he's my color guy on the north side for games, so we got gets to a lot of softball during the year. And Fisher into a really good situation now at 3-1.
This is her type of at-bat right here.
And I've seen her get around the bases in a hurry. You notice the outfield, a lot of times they'll come in, and she might have got over the head. Oh, not quite enough. But I've seen her do that before when outfielders come in, and she gets a lot of bases with her world-class track speed.
So that's the second out of the inning for Southeast Polk.
For the batter, center fielder, number 1, Avery Nelson.
Schopner not able to advance to third following that hit.
Ooh, a little extra given on the outside. The seams caught the corner.
This one popped in the left again, but that one is over the head, and it will get a run in, an RBI double for Avery Nelson. And she gets Schopner in for the third run of the game for the Hawkettes, and now a one-run lead.
Hawks' confidence continue to grow right now, and just a really solid, well-hit ball from Nelson. And you know, that outfield, they're not at their normal depth. They're not in a long ways, but they're just not quite as deep as normal. And I think if you're at normal depth there, that ball is caught, but goes over the top, and Nelson with her speed is easily safe at second with a stand-up double.
Berkeley Weiland just not prepared for that one to be hit that far, especially with the wind direction that we have here and the shift that it has.
Well, and it's going to be dying down as the night goes on as well, so that won't be playing as nearly as many tricks on people.
That one popped up. That one is out of play. No pitchers in the bullpen for Ankeny.
Well, why would you right now with the way Munger's been throwing so far? That's she has been outstanding. Just really keeping the Southeast Polk hitters off balance.
Definitely be something if Munger could get through this entire game.
And that's what you're hoping for on these weeks of so many games. That you don't want to have to get super deep and into the bullpen and keep your pitchers fresh. So Munger giving a great start to that.
That one far outside for a 3-1 count. And once again, a count in favor of the Ankeny batters.
Yeah, Price has struggled a little bit to locate in this game. And she hasn't walked a lot. It's just she's spent a lot of her time working from behind in counts. And as I say that, she walks Erringdale, which isn't the worst thing in the world from the Southeast Polk perspective, but
Erringdale draws the walk.
that base was open already.
Keep eating alive.
So Southeast Polk going to take another discussion here at the circle.
I think this was a timeout called by Ankeny, actually, as Coach Saladino came out, called an offensive timeout. Want to make sure everybody's on the same page and see if Munger can slap one out to the grass and score a run or two.
The other thing I was thinking of, too, is with 2 outs, you definitely don't want to have a screw up on trying to steal any bases.
Yeah, you won't see that right now with the current lineup. Munger's got a lot of power. I think she's only got 1 home run on the year, but she has the power to do it, and this will be an awesome time for her, especially the way she likes to go to opposite field. This would be a nice feather in the cap of Sarah Munger if she could knock in a couple here.
12 RBI for Munger on the season. She fouled that first pitch off.
Just a nice, short, compact swing. A lot of power through the zone.
When you want to try here, right up the middle, she hits that one in the left center. It gets on the ground as Weiland just wasn't quite able to get to it on that dive.
Munger.
So Munger has an RBI double of her own. to get the second run of the inning for the Hawkettes and make the lead 4-2.
Well, that's a tough ball to get a read on because it's a huge swing, but she didn't get all of it. So it was more she got underneath it quite a bit. Not like power to get underneath it, but just caught the bottom half of the ball, popped it up, and really tough to get a read on that in the outfield. And, man, the Hawkettes are cooking. We'll take a break, though, right now as Kielman's coming in to warm up as Ankeny Hawkettes smelling upset. We'll go to some commercials and be back right after this.
More Iowans drive Chevy than any other brand, and nearly 25% of the new Chevrolets sold last year came from the Carl Auto Group. Since 1978, we've exceeded expectations with an unbeatable selection and hard work that makes us your dealer for life. Come see why Iowans trust Carl Chevrolet, with locations in Ankeny, Stewart, and Webster City.
Your dealer for life. It's the Carl way.
We got a new pitcher warming up in the circle for Southeast Polk. It is Carly Kielman taking the place of Carter Price as she comes out after, well, at least today, it's been 3 full innings plus 2 outs.
Kielman, 9 games played this year, 9 appearances, 28 innings pitched. Leads the team with a 3.17 earned run average, and she's not going to blow this by anybody, but she loves to throw that drop change. Going to see that ball move around a lot. And starts off with it right away, too, is, Kielman's one of those pitchers that she is going to have the defense behind her to make the plays, and you get a lot of miss-hit balls, and she's going to let them play behind her.
Heidman fouled that one off near the head of our third base coach.
Yeah, Coach Sal had to do a little matrix move to get out of the way of that one coming at her.
And that is one of the risks of being a base coach. You got to be ready for those to come flying at you.
Well, Grant Waller's right down there ready to go if anything happens. He'll get there if anybody needs it.
So 1-2 count right here for Heidemann. That one sinking into the zone for strike 3 to end the 4th. The Hawkettes, though, jump all over the Rams with 2 more runs and take a 4-2 lead. When we come back, the Rams back up to the plate on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks built by the Danielle Seifert real estate team.
My team and I know sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a great education. Every pass, serve, and swish develops critical skills like teamwork and perseverance. As an Ankeny mom, I've seen how important they are for success in the classroom and beyond. And as a realtor, I know that our schools are a big reason why people love to call Ankeny home. That's why I'm a proud supporter. Whether you're looking to upgrade, downsize, even find a driveway that fits a basketball hoop, I'm here to help at every step and stage of life. But before that, let's cheer on our team.
Welcome back to Hawkette softball on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks. Ankeny right now with a 4-2 lead and smelling a potential upset against the 4th-ranked team in Class 5A. It is still Munger who is at the circle, and for the performance she has had so far today, there's nothing shocking about that.
No, they're looking for her to go to the distance right now. And, Munger, if you look back on it, as this game got started on, close to 2 weeks ago, it was actually Hinshaw that was pitching to get things started, and I believe Taylor pitched last night against Valley, or at least started the game. So Munger in today, easy enough pitching change. Couple 8th graders, again, part of that really young team right now for Ankeny. That pitch didn't miss by much. I was expecting to see a lot more bunts, but you really need the base runners first, and they've not been effective at getting those first ones on.
You mentioned Munger being an 8th grader. She's currently dealing with a senior right now at Kenna Brooker at the plate. That one line driven into center field, and Brooker gets on base immediately. A leadoff single for the Rams.
This is where I think you're going to see the smallest of small balls. And maybe not with Clark, the But as you get through the rest of that order, I think you're going to see a lot of bunts getting laid down.
Yeah, let's see Clark try to draw the walk. She pops that one high into center field. Caught for out number 1. And that is where, once again, the wind can have an effect on how this game goes.
Yeah, Clark, I'm not sure that had enough on a good day. Definitely some wind behind it. That would have been enough to get out. But I think now we're going to see a little bunt fest from Southeast Polk.
Berkeley Weiland with the highest average on the team. First one passed her high for ball 1. Southeast Polk just in need of some momentum. The only 2 runs they have in this game were before this game was suspended. The 1-2 put out, 1-3 put out.
Munger with the 1-3 put
out. Munger didn't have time to come up and throw that ball. Her internal clock was ticking. She knew right away she had to get rid of it. And a very close bang play at first, and got her there just in time. And she has done an outstanding job of silencing these Southeast Polk bats now through 4 2/3.
So Brooker now awaits on second in scoring position, something the Rams haven't had a lot of today. Price trying to get her in.
That's a spot Munger hasn't missed at very often, up in the zone. She knows she's got to keep things low, get some ground balls out of this Southeast Polk team. Bunt's kind of out of the equation right now with 2 outs.
This one, line driven into left, is on the ground. It works in favor of the Rams. The throw back to first. Not in time as Price dived back there to ensure her safety there. And Brooker gets around for another run, cutting the deficit to 1.
Fisher was stuck in a tough spot out there in left field. That ball, if she dives for it and doesn't make the play, you've got the lead right now. Keep her to a single. I think playing it safe was the absolute correct decision out there to hold her to a single.
Definitely agree to that.
Concede that 1 run, but do not allow 2 to happen.
This one popped high and shallow and caught for out number 3.
Woods pops out.
1 run by the Rams, but the Hawkettes still retain the lead as it is now 4-3 in their favor. Is the bottom of the 5th coming up on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks built by the Danielle Seifert real estate team.
At Ankeny Community School District, we know the power of public education. Your child's preschool, transitional kindergarten, and kindergarten journey begins here with a strong foundation. Certified educators provide an engaging curriculum in safe, nurturing environments. Space is limited for preschool and transitional kindergarten. Experience Ankeny. Preschool is free, and the strong start we provide your little learner is priceless.
A 4-3 ball game is currently Ankeny leads the 4th-ranked Rams of Southeast Polk.
Reagan
Hogan to lead off for the Hawkettes here in the bottom of the 5th. The Rams got 1 run, previously a chip into it. The Hawkettes trying to build that lead back out.
There was nothing on that pitch from Kielman, and it just kind of freezes the hitters because you're just waiting. You want to crush it, but you don't know where it's going.
This one into right field and over the head of, it was Brooker. Couldn't quite reel it in, so Reagan Hogan gets a leadoff double to start things off hot for the Hawkettes in the bottom of the 5th.
Well, just a nice piece of hitting by Hogan. He gets a lot into it, but that little slice coming at it as it, again, looks like it's heading more towards center, and you can understand why Brooker might have been heading that way, and then as it kind of comes back at her, she's surprised by it as it sliced back into her.
Hutchins with the bunt. Did get on the ground to throw to first in time, but Hogan advances to 3rd.
Got exactly what they wanted out of that situation. Hutchins not called upon to bunt very often, and initially I think on the contact everyone held their breath a little bit, but didn't have enough on it to make it too dangerous.
I saw them run into it. I went, ooh, do they have the speed to catch a short little bloop bunt like that? And they were just short of it.
Well, and getting some base runners through right now, you might be able to see that top part of the order for the Hawks twice more in this game if you can scratch out a couple more base runners. And they've been really good so far.
I don't count. That was called foul.
I think it caught Hogan over there at third just a little bit. She's standing in foul territory. That's why you do. In and foul, back in fair.
So Eiley now in bunting position. She pulls back on it. Now one outside for ball number 2 of this trip to the plate.
Good situation right now for the Hawks.
This one to foul again. That same direction as previously, just through the air this time and not on the ground.
Well, the last couple pitches, Kielman's gone to that drop change up in the zone and let it drop down into the zone. I think you're going to see one into the zone and away from the hitter on this pitch on the 2-2. And went to the fastball.
And now a full count with it.
That's been her go-to pitch so far. Drop change down the middle and freeze the hitter.
Now called outside to put Eiley on base.
Eiley draws another walk. Runners at the corners.
So this lower part of the order for Ankeny has done some real damage today. And sometimes it's not so much about what you produce in the scorebook later on. It's about getting through these hitters. Then you let your big hitters come in and do stuff later on. And that's kind of how this has worked out right now. You get a couple bases out of these bottom part of the order hitters, and you turn that order over fast and get those really good hitters at the top. Another opportunity.
Schopner came onto first in place of Eiley in the Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital substitution. A line out to short. That worked for out number 2.
Bach lines out to Clark at shortstop.
Forget who that was on third, but she did make it back in time to avoid getting caught.
The left fielder, number 17, Morgan Fisher.
Fisher needs to get something on the ground here. Let her work.
Well, that one's not on the ground, and it is caught for out number 3 by Weiland.
In left field to end the threats.
That ends the 5th inning. Morocco, Cope, and Tamantri do up for the Rams when we come back as the Hawkettes lead 4-3 on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team.
At Elk River Contracting, we know a great remodel is a lot like the perfect beard. You can't rush it, and the beauty is in the details most people overlook. Because there are 2 kinds of contractors, the ones with magnificent beards and the ones you don't hire.
West 40 Market in Uptown Ankeny is your place to shop for the best meats, steaks, brats, jerky, and everything in between. Let us be your one-stop shop for all your favorite cuts, all raised on local Iowa farms. Shopping local never tasted so good.
Only 1 run separates these two, but it is currently Ankeny with the 1-run lead and smelling an upset as we are only 2 full innings, maybe 1.5 from the Hawkettes completing it.
Leading off for the Rams.
Ivy Aroko leading off for the Rams in the top of the 6th as they currently trail by 1. Aroko fouling that one off at a play. That one landing on the driveway, going near
hit the weight room window, yeah. Crushed the weight room window. It looks like it's still in shape out there.
Doesn't look cracked from up here.
Mr. Baker doesn't seem too concerned about it. I'm telling you, Munger, this has been an impressive outing from her.
From the looks of it now, she's on pace to be able to make it through this entire game. That one fouled into the Ankeny dugout.
Well, the change of location, too. Went to that drop change, the pitch before, and then comes right back with her fastball in on the hand, so it's just impossible to get really solid contact for Iroko.
She's not dealing with an 0-2 count. Out and hitting the dirt before it even gets to her own batter's box.
Yeah, I don't mind that as an 0-2 pitch at all. Just keep giving the hitter something to think about.
Got to keep him not able to predict what pitch is coming to him. That one grounded to third. Easy put out for Ankeny for out number one.
Solid at third.
Well, Munger continues to get ground balls, and her infield's making the plays for her today, and that's just solid softball from these Hawkettes.
She may not have very many strikeouts, but her ERA is going to see some significant improvement after this one. That one, fly it into left field and caught for out number two.
Go, flies out to
by
Fisher. In left field.
Really, really good charge put into that ball by Cope, but Fisher again, just Munger not allowing line drives, and that's the best thing you can do right now in her situation, and just allow the defense to keep making plays behind her. And right now she's 4 outs away from an upset of the number 4 team in the state.
Even if we have seen line drives, some of the Ankeny defense has been doing a good job at catching. We've only really seen one go past the infield. It was a really fast one that went about head height near Erringdale.
Yeah, just not a lot of well-struck balls out of Southeast Polk.
Swing and miss at that one for strike 2.
Well, and so far behind it there for Tamantri, you're just guessing right now on the pitches because you don't know what is coming from Munger. The 8th grader is dealing this evening, I should say. I love that pitch. I love it. I love it.
With her only being an 8th grader, as long as she sticks it out throughout all of high school, Hawkettes are going to see some really good pitching for the years to come.
Well, again, as the velocity develops for her as she gets older and stronger, just a lot of good days to come for Munger.
3-1 count right now for Tamantri. That one, a line drive that is caught by Erringdale. She redeemed herself in that previous one that she went go past her. Another scoreless inning for Southeast Polk as they still trail by 1 against the Hawkettes. When we come back, the Hawkettes back to the plate on the Carl Chevrolet Family Networks, built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate team.
All the pets in Ankeny can't wait to see us at Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital. Located just south of Uptown, our family-owned and operated practice has yearly plans with monthly pay options. Your dog or cat can get routine and preventative care before you may ever even know they are sick. From dental care to x-rays to our own pharmacy, we love them like our own. Your pets are our pets at Heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital.
Hawkettes currently with a 4-3 lead against the 4th-ranked team in Class 5A, with Nelson, Erringdale, and Munger coming to the plate here in the bottom of the 6th. And so far, this is about the perfect way you could have asked for it to go if you're a fan of Ankeny.
Leading off.
And it's a great part of the order right now to do some damage too. If they can try to put 4 or 5 batters up to the plate this inning, If you have any possibility, let's preserve some outs. Think about maybe turning over the order. Nelson didn't like that call. she had a look.
Well, if that one would have been called a strike, I would have been curious to see the look out of her that time. No doubt on that one, though. That one fouled as it trickles toward Erringdale, who's on deck.
Yeah, again, if they can scratch and claw a couple base runners out of this inning, obviously the runs will come as well, but
that one fair, and issues fielding it at third.
well, just dead right off the bat of Nelson, and it was one of those, I think, as a third baseman, you're expecting that to come in pretty hot, and it's not, so it doesn't come into your glove. You have to kind of stab at it a little bit, and it's not, when you're taking grounders, all your practices are balls that are well hit. You're not trying to catch grounders that are mishit, so, and that happens a lot in the sport of softball.
And that fielding error, not one you see very frequently at a Cope. And the one thing I wonder, too, is with Southeast Polk having a 100% turf field on their home playing surface, do you think that they maybe grow a little bit too accustomed to that versus the natural surface that Ankeny has here?
Well, you definitely get a lot truer hops out of that, but this is a well-maintained, well-manicured surface. I don't think that was a miss-hop at all. I think it just the ball off the bat of Nelson made it really tough to field.
Oh, another grounder to third. The double play not in time, but the out is secured at second for the second one of this inning.
With 60-foot bases, that's a really tough double play to turn, but picking off the leadoff runner, you're back to the exact same situation you were in before for the Rams.
That's also why you see a lot more of those double plays in baseball. They got 30 extra feet to run.
And the ball's coming a little quicker from that over to third base, too. There's a lot of factors. Keelman trying to show that drop change early on to these hitters, make them be thinking about it. Again, it just makes that fastball look that much faster, which she comes right back to.
2-0 count now for Munger.
Another offensive timeout here for Coach Saladino.
Timeout by Coach Saladino.
I don't know. I've not been part of a whole lot of offensive timeouts, so I'm not exactly sure what gets said in these situations right now. I mean, the count's 2-0, obviously advantage to Munger at the plate.
Sure, it'd be different if there were 2 outs, but right now we only got 1.
She might be thinking that a good pitch has to come right now. Maybe you're thinking hit and run.
Play resumes. Erringdale first. 1 out. 2-0 count on Munger.
Munger's ready to put a charge into one.
Munger with the 2-0 count. That one in the zone, just barely.
Just caught the corner on the outside. And Phil Crease, Ron Taylor, 2 of the good ones. You'll see them up at Fort Dodge, probably this weekend, too, at that tournament. That's huge.
And that won't be the only weekend they spend up there, that's for sure.
Yeah, they will be up there again end of July. Of course, new format this year, double elimination. So a lot of games to be played in Fort Dodge this year. Man, she accelerates that bat through quick. She gets that ball just comes through the zone so fast.
With having significantly more games in Fort Dodge, I'm sure that CISN crew will be a lot more exhausted after that tournament gets done.
Trying to find a camper to keep us housed in. Not housed in, but just a place to go between games to keep people cool. The last few years we've had great weather up there for the tournament. It hasn't got too hot at all, but just in case.
Well, in the summer of Iowa, the only thing that is consistent is inconsistency when it comes to the
seen that already this year for sure.
So 2-2 count now for Munger. Trying to get on base here. This one hit into left. It gets on the ground. goes as a single for Munger, and now the Hawkettes have a runner in scoring position.
Single advances there to be able to second. Runners at first.
Well, this is the Munger game right now. This has been a great game for the Munger sisters tonight. As Sarah now 3 for 4 with a couple ribbies. Obviously.
Maybe that's the title we got to give this homestand. The Munger Games.
The Munger Games.
That one foul. Just barely as it bounced off home plate.
And that's the official's determination. There's no line, between home and that right away, those first couple feet through the batter's box. So he's got to make that determination quickly if it's fair or foul. Worked out well for the Hawks in that situation.
Oh, and that time called fair, and Heidemann is out at first. But the runners advance to second and third.
Heidemann advances the runners to second and third.
Well, initially I thought the ball was fouled off Heidemann, and obviously she didn't argue it. No one else that had a better view of it than I did argued it. So
I thought the same thing. Like it was fouled.
So now as Hogan steps up to the plate, she's 1 for 2 so far.
First one a strike. She didn't like the look of it.
Would love to get a couple insurance runs here.
I'm sure with Emma Munger's pitching performance so far, even just having that 1 run will help. But, yeah, having a couple of additional insurance runs will definitely – the margin of error won't be as little.
Well, and it's a dangerous part if Southeast Polk can get a hit out of their 8 or 9 batters back to the top of the order, which – has kind of been held at bay today. 7 hits allowed for Munger, but they've all been scattered. I mean, throughout the whole day, just you've not seen Southeast Polk put together a long string of hits.
One-two count, swing and a miss as Hogan is struck out. Keelman, Brooker, and Clark due up for the Rams when we come back on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks built by the Danielle Seifert real estate team. The Hawkettes currently lead 4-3.
Going to the top of the 7. Hawkettes lead.
At Ankeny Community School District, we know the power of public education. Your child's preschool, transitional kindergarten, and kindergarten journey begins here with a strong foundation. Certified educators provide an engaging curriculum in safe, nurturing environments. Space is limited for preschool and transitional kindergarten. Experience Ankeny. Preschool is free, and the strong start we provide your little learner is priceless.
Top of the 7th and the last chance for Southeast Polk to try to stay alive and avoid an upset. The Hawkettes currently lead them 4-3. This would be the 4th win in conference play for the Hawkettes as long as they can finish this game out. Emma Munger had so far a really good pitching performance from the circle. She's still out there.
Top of the 7th for the Rams.
She's hoping to pitch a complete game.
Carly Keelman.
Southeast Polk's resume this year, I mean, the teams they've lost to are some of the best. Lost to Carlisle, who's, I believe, number 1 in 3A. Had a couple losses to Centennial, number 2 in 5A.
For the Rams.
Valley, number 3 team, got swept by Valley and got beat by Northwest. So it's just such a logjam after you get after those first couple teams. There's a lot of teams that can beat up on each other, and that's evident here today. And I think if you see the Hawkettes go over 500 this week with their schedule, you're going to see them in the new rankings coming out at the end of the week, put out by the Girls Union.
So this is Salone Gaffney, who is pinch hitting in place of Carly Keelman. Gaffney 3 for 8 this season from the plate. The first one is a strike. And that one outside to even the count. Gaffney trying to do right now what most of the Southeast Polk batters haven't been able to do, and that is get an extra base hit.
No, everything's been limited.
This one grounded 2/3, but a issue fielding it. Second chance effort at shortstop, also not able to work.
Yeah, I'm not sure that Erringdale would have had any chance to make that play after the initial contact. Tough bounce over there to Hogan.
Good play for the Rams. Pinch hitter, number 3, Ava
This
Miller.
is Ava Miller, who is pretty sure pinch hitting in place of Kenneth Brooker. Brooker had we think was a leadoff single the previous time she was up. It was either that or it was a leadoff double.
Just the first error of the game for the Hawkettes there. And they played very cleanly.
1-0 count right here for Miller. That one grounded 2/3. Here is a double play.
Double play.
That
Hogan, Heidemann to Hutchins.
Doesn't quite complete the upset, but it does put them only 1 out away.
Completely changes the strategy now as you get to the top. You're hoping to have a runner at second, the tying run at second base. And just like that, Hawkettes smelling blood.
And now it's your leadoff hitter, Hallie Clark, with the last chance. That one into center and caught for out number 3.
And
upset alert here from the Ankeny High School as the Hawkettes advance to 6-8 on the season with an upset of the 4th-ranked team in Class 5A by a score of 4-3.
Well, we're going to have something special goes on here. They're going to meet the Hawkettes and bring them out. But I think as we alluded to it earlier, you got to call this one the Munger game. I mean, it was a great, those sisters were outstanding. 3 for 4 from Sarah. Outstanding outing is Emma, again, scatters 7 hits. And keep in mind, 2 of the runs given up were from before, so she wasn't even the pitcher. She only gave up 1 run during 6 innings here today. So it's including starting with runners on second and third when they came out. Or excuse me, no, they started that inning. I was wrong. It was the Hawks runners that were on second and third. But just an outstanding outing from her. The pitches were called very smoothly, and she executed, and the defense made the plays behind her. So good win for the Hawkettes, and they get to turn around and do it again in a half hour.
We don't know yet who we'll see at the circle for the Hawkettes. It'll definitely be somebody different, but a great performance out of Munger in Game 1 of this doubleheader. We'll go to a break here. When we come back, we'll have Game 2 between the Southeast Polk Rams and the Ankeny Hawkettes on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team.
More Iowans drive Chevy than any other brand, and nearly 25% of the new Chevrolets sold last year came from the Carl Auto Group. Since 1978, we've exceeded expectations with an unbeatable selection and hard work that makes us your dealer for life. Come see why Iowans trust Carl Chevrolet with locations in Ankeny, Stewart, and Webster City.
Your dealer for life. It's the Carl way.
With us. And of course, Hawkettes are led by head coach Sarah Saladino, assistant coaches Kennedy Thomas, Laura Reese, Samantha Reese, Ashley Lee, Shelly Johnson, Laura Gustafson, and Karen Carr. And now it's time! Number 1, class of 2026, Avery Nelson. Favorite memory, making it to state, freshman and sophomore years. Number 2, class of 2026, Kensington, Erringdale. Favorite memory, making it state, sophomore year. Number 3, class of 26, McKenna Byers. Loving the post-game dinners with team and bus rides. Number 4, class of 30, Sophie Shepner. Favorite memory, first game of the season versus North Polk. Class of 28, number 5, Zoe Sullivan. Favorite memory, the Linmar Tournament Hotel. Class of 30, number 6, Adriana Wiley. Favorite memory, getting gas station dirty sodas. Class of 28, number 7, Reagan Hogan. Favorite memory, last season, getting the team bomb pops for hitting a home run. Class of 28, number 8, Sarah Munger. Favorite memory, last year, beating Ames in the first round of the regionals. Class of 28, number 11, Briley Buck. Favorite memory, the van rides to Fort Dodge. Class of 30, number 12, Taylor Hinshaw. Favorite memory, finding out the gender of Katie's baby. Class of 28, number 17, Morgan Fisher. Favorite memory, going to state, 8th grade, and going out to eat after games. Class of 29, number 19, Abby Benzo. Favorite memory, getting bebops and eating outside the field after our final game in 2025. Class of 28, number 20, Tenley Heidemann. Favorite memory, hitting the game-tying 3-run homer last year versus Valley. Class of 29, number 22, Amy Hutchins. Favorite memory, the van rides to Fort Dodge. Class of 28, number 24, Ava Schlee. Favorite memory, getting big pops after wins. Class of 27, number 26, Kinsley Eiley. Favorite memory, singing to Katie in the dugouts. Class of 27, number 27, Aaliyah Zimmerman. Favorite memory, the bus rides after wins. Class of 30, number 28, Emma Munger. Favorite memory, first game of the season where we won 17-10. Class of 30, number 30, Mason Smith. Just happy to be here. In class of 30, number 41, Avery Wildman. Favorite memory, the 2026 Hit-a-thon. And Hawkettes fans, that's your 2026 Ankeny Hawkettes softball team. Let them hear it. All right, softball fans, stick around for game 2 of our doubleheader. After this Hawkettes win 4-3 over the Rams in game 1, coming up in about 20 minutes.
My team and I know sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a great education. Every pass, serve, and swish develops critical skills like teamwork and perseverance. As an Ankeny mom, I've seen how important they are for success in the classroom and beyond. And as a realtor, I know that our schools are a big reason why people love to call Ankeny home. That's why I'm a proud supporter. Whether you're looking to upgrade, downsize, even find a driveway that fits a basketball hoop, I'm here to help at every step and stage of life. But before that, let's cheer on our team.
the Southeast Polk Rams taking on the Ankeny Hawkettes.
Welcome back to
Battery
the
for
Carl
game
Chevrolet
two, behind the
Family
plates.
Networks built by the Daniel
Number 10,
Seffer
Avery
Real
Wildman,
Estate
and
team
in the
for
circle
game
with
two
the ball
of
for
this
the
doubleheader
Hawkettes.
between
Number 13, Taylor
the fourth-ranked
Hinshaw.
Southeast Polk Rams and the Ankeny Hawkettes.
Leading off for the Rams. Shortstop, number 10, Hallie
Hawkettes
Clark.
pulled off an upset in game one. A game they won 4-3 and didn't need the bottom of the seventh.
Reset the scoreboard there, Sunshine.
Mr. Baker, what are you talking about? It is.
Hallie Clark will
About time.
She was just
wait
saying
at the
how
top
she's
of
so
the
good
order
at
for
her
the
job.
wins again.
I
Game
was
two,
helping
just
out
as
on
she
the
did
video.
game one.
Still got to
Only
take care
difference
of the
is
kids.
this time around.
Just trying to leave that W up on us.
We were playing the full entire game rather than missing the top half of the first inning. Game one we had resumed from when it was suspended. This one we start right from the beginning. As Hallie Clark let the first pitch pass her for ball one. That one outside again for ball two. Southeast Polk looking for a little bit of redemption after letting the first game squeak past them. And with that loss in game one, that's their second straight loss. Lost at Walkie Northwest last night. The 5-3 putout works for out number one for the
Logan
Hawkettes.
Smooth on the 5-3 putouts of Clark. To start the game, 1 out.
And that brings Berkeley Weiland.
For the batter, left fielder,
Back
number
to the
22,
plate
Berkeley
tonight.
Wyland.
Wyland let the first one pass her is outside for ball one. One out count for it's in. Well, our apologies for that, as we were. Andy Pollock headed to Grandview to go see his daughter play, so I unplugged the wrong headset, thinking I unplugged his, but instead I'd unplugged mine. But luckily, y'all can hear me now, as currently Berkeley Weiland is dealing with a full count and 1 out here in the top of the first of game two. Payoff pitch is into the backstop as it was fouled. So Weiland will head back as she still remains alive at the plate. Weiland, of course, before game one tonight, came into today with the highest batting average on the team, that .462. Grounds this one to shortstop. The 6-3 put out. And that is 2 ground outs to start this game for the Hawkettes. Kensington Erringdale being efficient on the ground once again. Ivy Aroko letting the first one pass her as it was low. Two outs for Aroko. She grounds that one to Erringdale again. And that is 2 putouts by Erringdale to send us to the bottom of the first. When we come back, it'll be Fisher, Nelson, and Erringdale due up for the Hawkettes on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate team.
More Iowans drive Chevy than any other brand, and nearly 25% of the new Chevrolets sold last year came from the Carl Auto Group. Since 1978, we've exceeded expectations with an unbeatable selection and hard work that makes us your dealer for life. Come see why Iowans trust Carl Chevrolet with locations in Ankeny, Stewart, and Webster City.
Your dealer for life. It's the car away.
West 40 Market in Uptown Ankeny is your place to shop for the best meats, steaks, brats, jerky, and everything in between. Let us be your one-stop shop for all your favorite cuts, all raised on local Iowa farms. Shopping local never tasted so good.
Bottom of the first here from Ankeny High School, as once again the Hawkettes gave up no runs in an inning, just like they did so a lot of in game one of this doubleheader. Leading off is Fisher for the Hawkettes. On the mound for game two, or in the circles we should say, Reese Curfey for the Rams. 3.94 ERA, record of 1-1 this season from the circle. It's Carter Price who dealt a lot of those innings in game one, and now Curfey gets her turn. First pitch just catching the zone for strike one. Another one just barely catching the edge of the outer edge of the zone, making the count 0-2. Fisher with 15 hits before we got going on game one. That one foul as it was toward the concession stands, and Fisher stays alive here at the plate. Fisher with an 0-2 count. Curfey with the pitch. That one is into left field, is caught for out number one.
Fisher flies out to Weiland to left field for the first out of the inning. Brings up center field.
Weiland getting to it right away. The wind is supposed to die down as the night goes on. It hasn't died down a lot since game one. Avery Nelson letting the first one pass for strike one. And Nelson at the plate right now. And then you also got Arundel, who leads the team in batting average, who's currently on deck. Nelson fouling that one into the fence between her and us, making the count 0-2. Nelson with the disadvantage here in the count. She fouls that one into the bullpen. It just catches the fence and oh, 2 count. Here's the pitch. That one grounded right to first. Toss not in time. Lexi West, the second baseman, not able to get to first in time. And just like that, Avery Nelson is on base.
Number 2, Kensington, Arundel.
So now Kensington Arundel, probably the most dangerous batter on the Hawkette roster. That one is. We don't know if that was caught or not caught from up here. It appears that it was not caught. With the Southeast Polk dugout in the way, we couldn't quite tell. So the count 0-1 for Arundel. She's got Nelson on base. That one fouled again over the press box near the baseball diamond. And now it counts 0-2. Arringdale with 0-2. That becomes 1-2. Last night against Valley, Arringdale, the only Hawkette with a home run in that game, and it was also what resulted in the only score of the game for Ankeny. That one into left field. It is caught with that one fence post in the way. We couldn't tell if that one had rolled out of her glove.
Lines out to Weiland in left field.
But Berkeley Weiland just able to hold on to it.
For the batter, designated player number 8, Sarah Munger.
So now Sarah Munger, her and Emma Munger were the two highlight players of game 1, hence why we called that the Munger game. And if the rest of this week goes as the well, forget what we were saying. Sarah Munger continues to build upon the performance she had in game 1 as she starts off this game with a 2-run home run. The Munger games continue for Ankeny tonight as they are once again ahead by 2 runs.
And that brings up second base, number 20, Tenley Heidemann.
Munger caught me mid-phrase. She said, I'm going to really throw you off and make you screw up your call. Anyways, Hawkettes up 2-0. Tenley Heidemann currently at the plate following that blast to center field. As the wind dies down, the home run favorability is going to increase. And that there was a sign of it. So Heidemann dealing with an 0-1 count right now and 2 outs. That one fouled toward the baseball diamond. It lands on the fence just near the Ankeny dugout. Oh, 2 count right here. That one over the head of catcher Ivy Aroko, making the count 1-2. One-two count. Here's a pitch. This one fouled over the press box again toward the concessions. And this is becoming a very long at-bat right now for Heidemann. She's been making a lot of contact, just hasn't been able to get it in play yet. 1-2 count. Here's a pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3 and out number 3. But the Hawkettes get 2 runs off a 2-run shot from Munger. When we come back, Price, Woods, and Tamontry due up for the Rams on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks built by the Danielle Seifert real estate team.
My team and I know sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a great education. Every pass, serve, and swish develops critical skills like teamwork and perseverance. As an Ankeny mom, I've seen how important they are for success in the classroom and beyond. And as a realtor, I know that our schools are a big reason why people love to call Ankeny home. That's why I'm a proud supporter. Whether you're looking to upgrade, downsize, even find a driveway that fits a basketball hoop, I'm here to help at every step and stage of life. But before that, let's cheer on our team.
We welcome you back to Hawkette Softball on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks built by the Danielle Seifert real estate team. And currently, the Hawkettes are building a strong start to this game as they got the first 2 runs of Game 2 of this doubleheader off a center field blast by Sarah Munger. That home run was her second of the season. So Carter Price now leading off the top of the second for the Rams. She's in search of an answer. And she had a strong start to game one of this doubleheader, but she did have to come off after 3 full innings and 2 outs of inning number 4. That first one was past her for ball 1. It's Taylor Hinshaw who is at the circle right now for Ankeny. Hinshaw, a 2-3 record on the season. Looking to make it 3-3. 2-0 count for Price. That pitch low again. Price is only 1 ball away from reaching first. Price with 3-0 count. That one splitting her and the strike zone for ball 4, and she reaches first.
Brings up center fielder number 9, Jaden Woods.
Now Jaden Woods, second best batting average on the team of .412, but the first one passed her for strike 1. That one is foul toward the Southeast Polk dugout, making the count 0-2. One thing that was commonly mentioned in game 1 with the pitchers out at Ankeny is that you don't necessarily see a lot of strikeouts, but a lot of defense from the infield that gets those outs that are needed. So the count now 1-2. And that one is out of the glove of our catcher. That appears to be Avery Wildman, who is catching right now for Ankeny. 2-2 count right here. This one grounded. 2 seconds to throw. That time, in time, for out 1.
With the 4-3 put out, first out of the inning. Price advances to second. 1 out.
So Price now waits on second in scoring position for the Rams. And now Kylie Tamantri up to the plate. That one, another grounder bouncing to the pitcher. The 1-3 put out, working for out number 2.
With the 1-3 put outs for the second out of the inning. Price advances to third, 2 outs. At the plate, designated player number 28, Savannah Jacobs.
Savannah Jacobs. This is the first we have seen of her today. 4 for 9 from the plate this season. This is only her 10th trip to the plate, and the first one passed her for ball 1. One count, that one low again. The sun is starting to shine through very strong here at Ankeny High School. That pitch in the zone for the first strike of this count for Tamantri. Or correction, that's Jacobs yet. Tamantri grounded out on her trip to the plate. Down another ball in the count now, 3-1. The Rams searching for an answer following the 2-run shot from Munger. Here's the pitch. That one in the zone, and it loads the count along with 2 outs. Big payoff pitch coming here from Hinshaw. Can she get out number 3 with this pitch? That one grounded to second again. The 4-3 put out works again. It's 3 putouts that work for the Hawks, and they hold the Rams scoreless in inning number 2. When we come back, Hogan, Hutchins, and Hinshaw due up in the bottom of the second as you are watching Hawkette softball on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks.
At Ankeny Community School District, we know the power of public education. Your child's preschool, transitional kindergarten, and kindergarten journey begins here with a strong foundation. Certified educators provide an engaging curriculum in safe, nurturing environments. Space is limited for preschool and transitional kindergarten. Experience Ankeny. Preschool is free, and the strong start we provide your little learner is priceless.
It's a 2-0 lead for Ankeny after 1.5 innings here in Game 2 of this doubleheader. The Hawkettes had pulled off a 3-4 upset of Southeast Polk in Game 1 tonight, trying to complete the sweep.
Number 7, Reagan Hogan.
Reagan Hogan set to lead off the bottom of the second here from Ankeny High School, trying to build on the lead that they started growing in the bottom of the first. The first one passed her for strike 1. Hogan with 6 hits before Game 1 tonight this season. A swing and a miss for strike 2. When it comes to the count, this is definitely in favor of Curfew. Down high for ball 1 to make the count 1-2. Hogan in bunting position right now. She pulls back. This one popped up into shallow center and is caught. Out number 1. That one by Hallie Clark.
Hogan pops out to Clark in shallow center field for the first out of the inning. Coming to the plate, first base.
So Emmy Hutchins.
Emmy Hutchins.
Hutchins with 2 home runs this season. Second best on the team. The first one past her is a strike. That one, this time outside of the zone. Here's a 1-1 count. A swing and a miss for strike 2. Can she finish it off here at Curfew outside on her pitch to even the count at 2-2? Emerson Hutchins in bunting position again, pulling back. That one outside again, just barely. It's hard to tell whether these are in the zone or outside the zone from up here. Now, the one other thing that isn't helping is having that one fence post in the way. Luckily, we won't have to say the same thing next summer. Full count, here's a payoff pitch. That one in the zone for strike 3.
Strikeout for Curfew for the second out of the inning. Brings up the pitcher, number 13, Taylor Hinshaw.
So, Taylor Hinshaw, Ankeny pitcher here in game 2. And now you got pitcher versus pitcher here on this at-bat. Hinshaw on the first one past her, but it is called a strike. Oh, 1 count. Hinshaw grounds that one right to Curfew. The 1-3 put out results in out number 3, and Ankeny is held scoreless in inning number 2. When we come back, it is Curfew, Miller, and Hallie Clark due up in the top of the 3rd here on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team.
At Elk River Contracting, we know a great remodel is a lot like the perfect beard. You can't rush it, and the beauty is in the details most people overlook. Because there are 2 kinds of contractors, the ones with magnificent beards and the ones you don't hire.
A scoreless second inning by both teams, but the Hawkettes still lead 2-0. Weren't able to get any runs in the bottom of the second as they had a fly out, ground out, and a strikeout looking from their 3 batters that they had up. A 1-2-3 inning for Southeast Polk. In the top of the 3rd, it's Curfew, the Rams pitcher here in game 2 tonight, along with Miller and Clark, who is at the top of the order for the Rams, all due up. So Curfew's only been 2 for 8 this season at the plate. Hasn't been there very much. As the one thing with being a pitcher, there will be less trips to the plate. So what can Curfew do here? First one outside for ball 1. Curfew not fooled by that. We saw Curfew versus Hinshaw in the bottom of the second. Only thing is that the roles were flipped. And this time now it's Curfew who's at the plate with Hinshaw in the circle. And now a 2-0 count. That one blasted into center field. It hits the wall as it gets on the ground. Curfew coming to second. The tag got her. A good launch to second from center by Avery Nelson. Give her a little recognition as she dances in celebration.
Brings up third base, number 3, Ava Miller.
So now Ava Miller, we did see her batting in the top of the 7th for the Rams as a pinch hitter. She did get on base, but the Rams didn't have much luck in the top of the 7th in game 1. 1-0 count right now for her. And it becomes a 2-0 count just like that. This one, a shallow popper in left field, and it is caught by Erringdale for out number 2.
In shallow left field for the second out of the inning. Back to the top of the order for the Rams, number 10, Hallie Clark.
So Hallie Clark, who grounded out to 3rd on her previous trip in this game. First one just outside for ball 1. Height was about perfect, but not centered. 1-0 count that one. This time, called a strike. This one is fouled down the third base line. Count still 1-2 with 2 outs. Hallie Clark staying alive here. Henshaw need a 1 strike here to end the inning. This one fouled off behind the Southeast Polk dugout. Clark stays alive. That one high for ball 2, the fastball. Clark waiting for a good pitch. That one splitting her and the strike zone to load the count. Big payoff pitch here from Henshaw. This one fouled into the fence behind home plate. This is going to be a really long at bat for Hallie Clark. Foul balls all over the place. She's making contact, just not making contact with the ball landing in play. This one grounded right to third. The 5-3 put out working just like that for the Hawkettes, and they still retain their 2-0 lead. When we come back, it'll be Bach, Fisher, and Nelson due up for Ankeny on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks built by the Danielle Seifert real estate team.
Searching for a home that combines a resort lifestyle with the comfort of being close to your loved ones? At Epcon Communities, we make building your dream home an easy and exciting journey. Choose the floor plan that fits your lifestyle, handpick the finishes to make it uniquely yours, and leave the rest to us. We'll handle the construction, you focus on the fun part. After closing day, your new home is all yours, ready for you to start enjoying the community, the amenities, and that special sense of belonging. Visit clarityconstruction.com for more.
They're just talking about how this Ankeny team is built on defense. That defense is shown here as they have not given up 1 run yet through 3 innings on defense. If you only look at runs given up specifically today, they only gave up 1 run in game 1. The other 2 came from when this game was originally suspended earlier in June. So Briley Bach, along with Morgan Fisher and Avery Nelson, all due up here in the bottom of the 3rd. Bach at the very bottom of the order for the Hawkettes. Her first pitch, she fouls into the net fencing. Soon we'll be saying netting behind home plate. She makes it count 0-1. That one in the zone, strike 2. That one definitely looked a little bit better. In the bunting position now. She pulls back. This one fouled again. We are seeing a lot of foul balls. Just not so much the ability to get them into play. 0-2 count, the pitch from Curfey. Swing and a miss for strike 3 and out number 1. So back to the top of the order with Fisher. So Fisher had to fly out to left field. On her previous trip, she bunted that one, and it goes foul behind her. And that is one where the spin is heavily important because it determines the trajectory of where that bunted ball goes. Of course, the spin on that one, not the way she wanted it to be. They're playing infield of Southeast Polk, playing really shallow here. The other thing that's worth questioning is why the bunting when there's no runners on base right now? Unless you got the wheels to get there. That one, a fielding error at shortstop by Hallie Clark. So a little bit of deceptiveness by Morgan Fisher works for the Hawkettes, and she gets on base.
Brings up center fielder number 1, Avery Nelson.
Now Avery Nelson back to the plate. She had a single on her previous trip in the bottom of the first. A swing and a miss for strike 1. Oh, 0-1 count is a pitch. That one, a line driven into center field. For a second, I questioned Morgan Fisher running off of first before the contact was even made. The gamble for her worked as the Hawkettes now have a runner in scoring position. And Southeast Polk going to have a discussion here in the circle as Fisher is on second and Nelson on first. This is a good opportunity for Ankeny to try to blow their lead open right now with the runners on first and second. And Erringdale, their home run leader, at the plate. That one in the zone. So 0-1 count right here for Erringdale. Trying to build upon the 2-0 lead that they currently have. That one grounded to third. That's out number 2. The throw to first.
Beats out the throw to first.
Not in time. Definitely look close from up here, but Erringdale just beats the throw.
Brings up designated player number 8, Sarah Munger.
So now Sarah Munger, who had the home run to center field in the first inning. We were talking about how game 1 was really called the Munger game out of the performance from her and her younger sister, Emma Munger. She currently has a 1-0 count. This one fouled again. That one in the fencing behind home. The 1-1 count right now. Munger, can she repeat what she did in the bottom of the first? That one high for ball 2. 2-1 pitch. This one hit high to center again. Not enough distance on it this time as it is caught for out number 3. No runs in the third, but the Hawkettes still retain their 2-0 lead.
In the third for the Hawkettes, still lead 2-0.
Southeast Polk up to bat when we come back on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks.
More Iowans drive Chevy than any other brand, and nearly 25% of the new Chevrolets sold last year came from the Carl Auto Group. Since 1978, we've exceeded expectations with an unbeatable selection and hard work that makes us your dealer for life. Come see why Iowans trust Carl Chevrolet with locations in Ankeny, Stewart, and Webster City.
Your dealer for life. It's the Caraway.
The Hawkettes currently lead 2-0 on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate team. It is Weiland, Orozco, and Price due up for Southeast Polk in the top of the fourth. Southeast Polk with, well, we got to do the math, but so far 3 full innings into this one, no runs. They left off in the bottom of the first in game 1, and they'd only scored 1 run today out of the 3 runs total that they had scored in that game.
Number 22.
Looking for some more right here. Weiland lets the first one pass her as it is low for ball 1. Weiland running out of the zone again. Two 2-0 count. Weiland with the best batting average on the team. Now's the time to rely on her for a big moment. .3-0 count, and she's only 1 ball away from getting on base. That one is called a strike, and she was thrown a little off guard on it for how fast she was ready to drop that bat and go to first. That one low for ball 4, and if you're Ankeny, that's not necessarily a bad walk. So Weiland, one of the most efficient hitters on the team, and now Ivy Orozco now to the plate. That throw to second, not in time. Weiland had a good start on that one.
Weiland steals seconds.
So now Southeast Polk with a runner in scoring position. Something that they haven't really had all game. Weiland leading off a second, but she retreats back. Sun's starting to shine bright here as it comes closer and closer to the horizon. This one blasted into left field, and it is over the wall. Southeast Polk gets the answer that they were searching for. And that is a 2-run shot to tie up the game. And we are level. It looks like we have a new pitcher coming in here following that home run.
Now in the circle.
It is Sarah Munger. Her younger sister, Emma Munger, basically pitched the entire game. At least every inning that was played today of game 1. And she only gave up 3 runs in that entire slate. So now it is the older of the 2 Munger sisters who will take over at the circle for what is left of this game. So once Sarah Munger warms up, it is Carter Price, Jaden Woods, as well as Savannah Jacobs. All 3 of them due up because the bases are currently empty. Carter Price, the first up of those three. Bases all clean right now. Price right now trying to build upon that momentum that Orozco was able to establish with that previous hit. The first pitch past her for strike one. 0-1 count. Here's a pitch from Munger. That one splitting Price in the strike zone. 1-1 count now for her. Now, once again, just splitting her in the strike zone. So now Southeast Polk has scored more runs in this game than they did today in game one. 3-1 count now for Price. And Price, one of the top three on the team in batting averages. So you walk her right now, it's not necessarily the worst thing in the world. And that's exactly what Munger does.
Price draws the walk. Runner first, no outs. For the batter, number 9, Jaden Woods.
Jaden Woods. That's where the batting averages only get better. The .412 out of Woods coming into today before game one. And now the runner on first. She hits that one to second. That put out works, the 4-3 for out number one.
For the 4-3 put outs. Price advances to second, 1 out.
So Price in scoring position.
Number 1, Kaylee Tamontry.
Kaylee Tamontry at the plate. And now she is looking to do exactly what Ivy Orozco did. A 2-run home run. First pitch in the zone. Now Tamontry knows what to look for. That pitch very high for ball one. Can't even tell what that was, the fence post getting in her way up here. One count. This one grounded into center field. One run is going to get around as it is an RBI single for Kaylee Tamontry. It scores Price, and Southeast Polk has their first lead of the game. And their third run in the top of the fourth.
Runner first, 1 out. At the plate, number 28, Savannah Jacobs.
Savannah Jacobs now back. She had a ground out to second on her previous trip to the plate. She's got no 1 count right now. The lights starting to come on here at Ankeny High School. And that right there looked like Tamontry wanted to steal second, but she hesitated and she retreated. So she still waits on first. Now she's running that one grounded to third. The throw to first in time for out number 2. But Tamontry advances to second.
With the 5-3 putouts. Tamontry advances to second. 2 outs. At the plate.
It's Reese Curfey, the pitcher, back to the plate. Curfey got a little aggressive on her first hit with her running choice. She hit one, it was a line drive into center. Got to first. She said, you know what, I'm going to try to get 2. But the throw from center field by Avery Nelson to second base was in time for the tag. Third base stolen right there by Price.
Price takes third on the pass ball. 1-1 counts on Curfew.
Curfew with the 1-1 count and Price on third. Two outs here though too, so a fly out anywhere, you don't got to worry about any sort of tag up from third to home. This one flying into right, and it is caught for out number 3. Rams do get a hold of the lead with 3 runs as they take a 3-2 lead. When we come back, it is Heidemann, Hogan, and Hutchins, the 3 H's, due up for the Hawkettes in the bottom of the 4th. You are watching Hawkette softball on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks.
My team and I know sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a great education. Every pass, serve, and swish develops critical skills like teamwork and perseverance. As an Ankeny mom, I've seen how important they are for success in the classroom and beyond. And as a realtor, I know that our schools are a big reason why people love to call Ankeny home. That's why I'm a proud supporter. Whether you're looking to upgrade, downsize, even find a driveway that fits a basketball hoop, I'm here to help at every step and stage of life. But before that, let's cheer on our team.
Currently 3-2 as Southeast Polk has their first lead of the game. And in the top of the 4th, they scored exactly as many runs as they did in the entirety of game 1 of this doubleheader. Now it's Ankeny's turn to see if they can strike back with Heidemann, Hogan, and Hutchins due up here in the bottom of the 4th. Heidemann struck out swinging on her previous trip to the plate.
Number 20, Tenley Heidemann.
Heidemann trying to redeem herself after chasing a ball for strike 3 on her previous trip. The first one passed her for ball 1. One-0 count right here. This one into left field on the ground. And Heidemann redeems herself with a leadoff single.
Places a single into left field for the leadoff. On board.
And that brings Reagan Hogan back to the plate. She flew out to shortstop on her previous trip. And what can she do to redeem herself this time around? Bunt right here. The throw to first in time, but the sacrifice bunt advances Heidemann to second.
Hogan with the sacrifice bunt moves Heidemann to second base with 1 out. Brings up first base, number 22, Emmy Hutchins.
Emmy Hutchins now. Another batter who was struck out on her first trip to the plate. She struck out looking rather than swinging. She's got a runner in scoring position right now. This one fouled toward the baseball diamond. That one hits the fence near the baseball bullpen along the left field side. So an 0-1 count right now for Hutchins. Pitch from Curfew. That was outside for ball 1. Making game 3 of a very tough week here at home that they have. This one popped up. It is out of play and behind the Southeast Polk dugout, landing in the softball bags of the Southeast Polk players. So a 1-2 count right here. Hutchins in bunting position. She pulls back. This one foul as it gets on the ground. So she stays alive at the plate. Ivy Rocco not able to chase that one down in time to try to catch it. Hutchins in bunting position again. The Rams not falling for it here. Hutchins is going to say that she needs to step out real quick, actually. Southeast Polk is not going to fall for that bunt trick. This one is hit into left center field, for that matter. It is caught for out number 2. In addition to that, Heidemann does not advance to third.
At the plate, pitcher number 13.
And now it is Taylor Hinshaw back to the plate, who grounded out to Curfew on her previous trip. That one low. Briley Bott currently on deck right now as we speak. 2 outs right now for Hinshaw on a 1-0 count. That one outside for ball 2. Heidemann still waiting on second. She would love to get around and try to tie this game up. She needs a solid hit out of Heidemann right here. That one outside again for ball 3. Now, Heidemann might not get the hit in order to score, but Hinshaw is only one outside pitch from getting walked. And that pitch is not the ball that would have walked her. The count is now 3-1. Curfew, big pitch right here. That one outside, and Hinshaw is walked.
Earns the base on balls. Puts runners at first and second. 2 outs. For the batter,
So now the Hawkettes with 2 runners on base, 1 in scoring position. Briley Bach at the plate right now. Morgan Fisher on deck. This one fouled out of play. That one splitting the parking lot and the Ankeny bullpen. And it looks like we do have some players in there. I can't really tell if they're warming up or not. It does look like they are. Can't get a number on them, though, with the dugout in the way. 0-1 count right here for Bach. That one called a strike. It looked outside from up here. Bach wanting to get her runners around, try to retake the lead. That one well outside. A good decision by her to not chase that one. So now a 1-2 count. Big pitch right here from Curfew. Swing and a miss for strike 3 to end the 4th. And the Hawkettes come out scoreless, and they still trail by 1. When we come back, Miller, Clark, and Weiland due up for the Rams in the top of the 5th. You are watching Hawkette Softball on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks.
At Ankeny Community School District, we know the power of public education. Your child's preschool, transitional kindergarten, and kindergarten journey begins here with a strong foundation. Certified educators provide an engaging curriculum in safe, nurturing environments. Space is limited for preschool and transitional kindergarten. Experience Ankeny. Preschool is free, and the strong start we provide your little learner is priceless.
Three to 2 right now with the Rams leading here at Ankeny. The Hawkettes did pull off an upset in game 1 tonight. They won that one 4-3. It's currently Ava Miller who is set to lead off the top of the 5th for the Rams. Hallie Clark and Berkeley Weiland following her, who are also due up. The lights are on and the sun is shining bright, but not quite in the eyesight of our batters here as they look toward the pitcher. Ava Miller letting the first one pass her for ball 1. And it's still Sarah Munger in the circle. That one outside and out of the glove of catcher Avery Wildman. Wildman only an 8th grader. She's one of a few 8th graders on this Ankeny team who were seeing the varsity playing field before the hallways of Ankeny High School. 2-1 count now following that strike. That one splitting Miller and the strike zone, making the count 3-1. And now Miller's only 1 ball away from a walk to first. Is this pitch it? It is not. It is grounded to third. 5-3 put out for out number 1. And that brings us back to the top of the order.
Top of the lineup for the Rams, number 10, Hallie Clark.
Hallie Clark and Berkeley Weiland. Clark to play Weiland on deck. That one called high for ball 1. And right now, if you're Clark, you know you got a 1-run lead, which lifts off a little bit of pressure from her shoulders as she grounded that one foul. Count 1-1. So now at the even count, the question is Miller or Clark try to get a little more aggressive or stay conservative? She's now got a 2-1 count. She took the conservative route there. Two-one count. Here's the pitch. That one is popped up into right field, and it is caught for out number 2.
Clark flies out to Bach in right field for the second out of the inning.
So Berkeley Weiland, the team leader in batting average. 462 coming into today. She's got no runners on base right now, so all the attention of any hit is going to first. So 1-0 count. She let the first pitch past her for ball 1. That one looked like it just went straight over the head of Weiland. No words for that one, really. 2-0 count right here. That one outside again. And after all these outside pitches, we have to wonder how many more Sarah Munger has in her. 3-0 count. That one outside again. So Berkeley Weiland makes the easy trip to first. That very well could have been a strategical move, given that she has the best batting average on the team. Ivy Rocco, who had the home run previously, and a steal at second works for Weiland. She started to round toward first, and the missed throw results in her getting to third. So mistakes in the fundamentals of Ankeny right there. And now Berkeley Weiland on third and looking to extend the lead. 1-0 count, pitch past Rocco for ball 2. This one into left field again, but caught for out number 3. A solid line out. Morgan Fisher on top of it. And Southeast Polk is held scoreless in the top of the 5th. When we come back, it is the top of the lineup due up for the Hawkettes. Fisher, Nelson, and Erringdale on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks.
At Ankeny Community School District, we know the power of public education. Your child's preschool, transitional kindergarten, and kindergarten journey begins here with a strong foundation. Certified educators provide an engaging curriculum in safe, nurturing environments. Space is limited for preschool and transitional kindergarten. Experience Ankeny. Preschool is free, and the strong start we provide your little learner is priceless.
West 40 Market in Uptown Ankeny is your place to shop for the best meats, steaks, brats, jerky, and everything in between. Let us be your one-stop shop for all your favorite cuts, all raised on local Iowa farms. Shopping local never tasted so good.
We mentioned this was known as the Munger Games after the performance by the two Munger sisters in Game 1, but how about the recognition of Lucy Munger, the Batgirl, for the Hawkettes this season?
Bottom of the 5th for the Hawkettes. Back to the top of the order with left fielder.
Softball, one thing that for sure runs through the Munger family. Morgan Fisher leading off for the Hawkettes here in the bottom of the 5th. She grounds it to shortstop, but the throw will not even be made to first, as a leadoff single is exactly what Morgan Fisher gets.
Start the Hawkettes off. Passes the bat to center fielder, number 1.
Avery Nelson back to the plate. Nelson had a single on her previous trip to the plate, and she had scored in the bottom of the 1st. So a 2-for-2 day so far for Nelson, trying to make it 3-for-3. No going there. Fisher ready in case the pitch goes bad. She just hasn't quite got that opportunity yet. Nelson with the 2-0 count. Bunting, it is fouled. The initial bounce it took was on the first base line, but it rolled foul from there. Southeast Polk gonna take a quick timeout. Actually, I didn't know if it was Ankeny who took the timeout or Southeast Polk. So it was Ankeny. The runner is discussing things right now. Southeast Polk talking in the circle. 2-1 count currently.
Nelson back to the plate with a 2-1 count. Fisher on first, no outs.
Nelson in search of a solid base hit here. If she can get a home run, it would be her first of the season. Nelson with the 2-1 count. She pulls her bunt back. It is called a ball. She's one more outside pitch from getting walked, and one more outside pitch from Ankeny having a runner in scoring position. She bunts out when it's fouled to load the count. Nelson dealing with a full count right now. No outs right now. She swings, now it is fouled. It hit one of the fence posts, but then it landed on our side of the fence as a lucky fan goes to grab it. And last year at Southeast Polk, if you brought a foul ball to the baseball press box, you would get a free $1. That pitch outside, and it sends Nelson to first. And Ankeny now has a runner in scoring position with no outs. And now Kensington Erringdale, the home run leader of the team, at the plate. Erringdale swings and misses at the first pitch. Erringdale had a single on her previous trip. Line out to 7th, or left field. Position number 7. In the bottom of the first. She now has a 1-1 count. Erringdale pops that one up. It is out of play. Landed in the Southeast Polk bullpen. No one warming up in there right now, and when you haven't given up any runs since the bottom of the first, why would you? 1-2 count for Erringdale. That one low. Runners advance off of the wild pitch. And now rather than one runner in scoring position, it is 2.
2-2 count on Erringdale.
So Fisher on third, Nelson on second. Erringdale with a base hit can tie the game as long as the base hit is in a decent location. That one fouled off again. That one lands not quite on the baseball diamond. It did roll to the fence, though, running down the left field line. Erringdale still dealing with a 2-2 count. She had a lot of foul balls on this trip. That one outside to load the count. A good read from Erringdale. Erringdale. Big time payoff pitch right here. This one is popped up. It is foul and dropped. Lucky break from Erringdale right there. Had it been caught, that would have been out number 1. So many foul balls for Erringdale right now. She's just waiting to get one in play. She's already done that so far in this game. Can she do it again? That one low for ball 4, and it loads the bases. So she doesn't get this RBI hit, but she does get to first, and it loads the bases. And now big time discussion here at the circle. And we're going to get a pitching change here. It looks like Carly Kielman is going to come back out. She pitched the second half of game 1. We're going to go to a break while she warms up, and we'll come back after this as Ankeny currently has the bases loaded and down by 1.
At Elk River Contracting, we know a great remodel is a lot like the perfect beard. You can't rush it, and the beauty is in the details most people overlook. Because there are two kinds of contractors, the ones with magnificent beards and the ones you don't hire.
So Carly Kielman is warming up from the circle here. She pitched the second-ish half of game 1. She did not give up any runs in her time at the circle, but she is currently dealing with loaded bases as she comes out to the circle right now. And Sarah Munger, who had the lone home run for the Hawkettes in this game that came in the bottom of the first.
The pitcher, number 8, Sarah Munger.
So Munger's had 2 center field hits so far in this one. The first pitch outside for ball 1. It was a home run to center and very far beyond the fence at that. Bottom of the third, it was a fly out to center. Just didn't quite have as much range on it. One 0 count right here from Munger. That pitch high again for ball 2. This is an umping crew that we have seen at state softball. They'll be in Fort Dodge this weekend as well. This one fouled into the Ankeny dugout. Munger just a little bit ahead of that one. So we're counting now 2-1. She's just in need of a base hit. Early, even a sacrifice fly to the outfield would work as well. 2-1 count right here for Munger. What can she do with this pitch? That one called a strike. Now 2-2. The good news for Ankeny right now is that they don't have any outs. So if Munger strikes out, it's not necessarily the end of the world. That one outside for ball 3, and it loads the count. Big payoff pitch right here from Kielman. That one almost hit our batter who's currently on deck, Tinley Heidemann. Munger just continuing to battle right here at the plate. Just pulls her bunt back. That one outside. And a run is walked in for Ankeny, and it ties the game at 3 apiece.
With the RBI walk. Plates Fisher. Knocks this game
And that is 3 straight walked batters in this inning.
Number 20, Tinley Heidemann.
Tinley Heidemann with loaded bases and no outs. First one past her for strike one. So when you think about it from that way, even though you're on the negative side of this count right now, that gives you a lot of optimism regarding any hit you might have. And it looks like we're going to get a courtesy runner right here in the heart of Ankeny Animal Hospital substitution. And that is Zoe Sullivan.
Courtesy runner at first. For Munger.
Sullivan only a sophomore.
Number 5, Zoe Sullivan.
No stats out of her so far this season. Really haven't seen her playing in the field or even getting any trips to the plate. This one line driven into left center. One run is going to score for sure. A second one coming around to home, and it is safe. The Hawkettes retake the lead off an RBI double from Heidemann.
2 RBI stand-up double for Heidemann. Breaks the inning open.
5-3 ball game. Hawkettes back on track for a potential upset sweep of Southeast Polk. Another pitching change right here. Can't see who this is yet. So Aurora Woodland is who we believe is in the circle right now. It's number 26, only a freshman. Woodland, who's only pitched 3 innings this season. And out of those 3 innings, her opponent's batting average was .083. She's being brought out in a position that is definitely not comfortable to be being introduced to the game in. No outs right now, down by 2, and runners on second and third. As we look over to the west, the sun is starting to make its way down.
Here's the bottom of the 5th. 3 runs across for the Hawkettes. Runners at second and third. No outs.
So 3 runs already in the bottom of the 5th for Ankeny, matching what Southeast Polk did in the top of the 4th. No outs yet either. That one low for ball 1. Reagan Hogan currently at the plate. She hits that one out of play. A lot of power on it as it lands between the Ankeny bullpen and the fence that you're not supposed to climb over because you're supposed to pay admission in order to get into the game. It's either that or you watch it right here. 1-1 count, that one high for ball number 2. Hogan with the 2-1 and 2 runners in scoring position. She hits that one in the left. It is caught for the first out. The tag up from third to home is successful.
Reagan Hogan.
So Reagan Hogan with the sacrifice line out or fly out, whatever you want to call it. Debate can be made for both, but it does score another run, and it is now 6-3 Hawkettes.
First base, number 22, Emmy Hutchins.
So Emmy Hutchins now back at the plate, who hasn't had a hit so far in this game yet. This one hit high in the left center. It is caught for out number 2. The throw to third is not in time. Ava Miller wasn't able to control it as the runner came in just in time.
Advances Heidemann to third base.
So Heidemann now on third. And you never know, maybe it'll be a wild pitch that could give her an opportunity to come home and make it 7-3. Can't tell who this is at the plate right now. So we have a pinch hitter right here. It is Ava Schlee, who actually has the 3rd best batting average on the team at .417, one of 3 batters on the Ankeny roster with batting averages over 400. This one lined right to shortstop for out 3. But the Hawkettes get 4 runs in the bottom of the 5th and take a 6-3 lead. It'll be Southeast Polk up to the plate when we come back with Carter Price, Sloan Gaffney, and Aurora Woodland on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks.
More Iowans drive Chevy than any other brand, and nearly 25% of the new Chevrolets sold last year came from the Carl Auto Group. Since 1978, we've exceeded expectations with an unbeatable selection and hard work that makes us your dealer for life. Come see why Iowans trust Carl Chevrolet with locations in Ankeny, Stewart, and Webster City.
Your dealer for life. It's the Carl way.
West 40 Market in Uptown Ankeny is your place to shop for the best meats, steaks, brats, jerky, and everything in between. Let us be your one-stop shop for all your favorite cuts, all raised on local Iowa farms. Shopping local never tasted so good.
For the Rams, number 24.
Welcome back to Hawkette Softball on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks built by the Danielle Seifert real estate team. The Hawkettes got through 8 of their 9 batters in their rotation in the bottom of the 5th, and 4 runs resulted from that. 1-0 count as the first pitch went past Carter Price. And now this is the hole that no one wants to be in. Now Kinsley Eiley back in the catcher's gear behind the dish. Previously it was Avery Wildman. She's no longer there anymore. That pitch sunk right in there. Good downspin on it to make the count 1-2 for Price. So now can Munger get the strikeout? 1-2. That one grounded into the Ankeny dugout. Price still alive. Rams down by 3 right now. Once you count that one, hit into left field and it is caught for out number 1. Easy fly out to start the inning.
Fisher with the put out for the first out of the inning. Coming to the bats. Number 9, Jaden Woods.
So now Jaden Woods with the second best batting average coming into tonight, currently up. That one had the sink, but too late for ball 1 as it is just high. This one hit into right center. That one hit the wall before it hit the ground. The throw to second is not in time. And Jaden Woods with the double. First base hit of the inning.
Brings up number 1, Kaylee Tamontry.
So now Kaylee Tamontry back up. She had an RBI single on her previous trip to the plate. She does have a runner on second in scoring position to make it back-to-back. Getting that hit, though, is the key. This one grounded to shortstop. Throw, pass first. So Woods makes her way to third. Tamontry takes advantage of the fielding error as she reaches second. And now all of a sudden the Rams have 2 runners in scoring position.
The runners to second and third on the throwing error.
Ankeny going to take a second to talk here at the circle. We will leave an update in our scorebook while we're talking. So I believe we'll have a pinch hitter here right now in place of Savannah Jacobs. This Salone Gaffney will be coming to the plate right here. Southeast Polk in prime position to try to tie this thing up.
Runners at third, 1 out. Pinch hitter for the Rams. Number 25, Sloan Gaffney.
Gaffney, who came into today 3 for 8, and she had a hit in game 1 as well. Only 1 out right now. That one in the zone for strike 1. Perfect off the hand of Munger. That's exactly what all the Southeast Polk Rams are cheering for right now. Just base hit, get some runs around. That one outside. Here's a chance to try to steal home. The Rams do just that. And that is 1 out of 3 needed to tie it up. That is Kaylee Tamontry who steals home.
Runner at third, 1 out. 1-1 count on Gaffney.
We actually like to correct ourselves. That was Jaden Woods who reached. Tamontry is currently waiting on third, but she could also steal home if she gets a wild pitch that's needed. Currently a 1-2 count for Gaffney. This one fouled out of play near the Southeast Polk bullpen. Didn't quite land in it. Near that corner post. Big pitch here from Munger to try to get the strikeout. This one blooped up. It is caught in center. Question is, did she have her foot on the ground before she left? And we don't think she did. The umps say she did not, and that is a double play. Big fundamental error there from Southeast Polk because they only get one run. Hawkettes still leading by 2, and when we come back, they will have Bach as well as Fisher and Nelson due up.
My team and I know sports and extracurricular activities contribute to a great education. Every pass, serve, and swish develops critical skills like teamwork and perseverance. As an Ankeny mom, I've seen how important they are for success in the classroom and beyond. And as a realtor, I know that our schools are a big reason why people love to call Ankeny home. That's why I'm a proud supporter. Whether you're looking to upgrade, downsize, even find a driveway that fits a basketball hoop, I'm here to help at every step and stage of life. But before that, let's cheer on our team.
Welcome back to Hawkette Softball on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks built by the Danielle Seifert real estate team. A huge fundamental error by Southeast Polk results in a lucky break for Ankeny. And rather than leading only by 1 while still trying to reel in their third out of the top of the 6th, they currently lead by 2 and are currently in the bottom of the 6th with Bach, Fisher, and Nelson all due up here in this inning. Bach has been struck out twice today, both swinging. She is still in search of her first hit. And the first one past her is a strike as she pulled her bunt position back. The sun has now set over the horizon. And now it truly feels like under the lights softball. That one outside to even the count at 1-1. Hawkettes got through 8 batters in the previous inning. That one, a successful bunt. The throw not in time. And Bach's speed pays off. A leadoff bunt.
To turn the lineup over for the left fielder, number 17, Morgan Fisher.
So now Morgan Fisher back to the plate, who had a single in the previous inning. And she reached on a fielding error on the one before. That one is fouled. So Bach will have to go back to first. She was also ready to go to second. Southeast Polk going to talk in the circle. My goodness, that fundamental error by Southeast Polk to end the previous half of the inning, that could be the difference here between who wins and who loses game 2 of this doubleheader. So Bach goes back out to first following that discussion there by Southeast Polk at the circle. Morgan Fisher currently at the plate with the 0-1 count. That one high to even the count at 1-1. And when it comes to that running error from third to home, I think my technical staff would agree with me, if we had instant replay available, we would definitely utilize to show that play. That put out from pitcher to first in time for out 1, but Bach advances to second.
1 out. Brings up center fielder, number 1, Avery Nelson.
So Avery Nelson Now back. Nelson walked on her previous trip. She was 2 for 2. Don't know what happened to that pitch. The throw to third. Out of the glove. Bach. She could have gone, but she chose not to.
Snags third base.
But another stolen base. Bach only 60 feet away from the 7th run for the Hawkettes.
1-0 count on Nelson.
Can Nelson get a base hit to try to bring another run in? She swings and misses that one for strike 1. That one looked a little outside from up here. 1-1 count currently. That one in the fence to make the count 1-2. Avery Nelson didn't do too shabby in game 1 either. That one a game that the Hawkettes only won by 1 run. Currently lead by 2. This one hit into right. Here's the tag up from third to home. The tag is not in time. The sacrifice fly brings home another run. It is Briley Bach this time. And it is now 7-4.
In the bottom of the 6th, now leads 7-4, 2 outs. Brings up shortstop, number 2, Kensington, Erringdale.
So now Kensington Erringdale, who was also walked on her previous trip and had a single before that. She hits that one into right as it is on the ground. Just missing it at first was Carter Price.
Erringdale keeps the inning alive. Runner at first, 2 outs. Brings up.
So Erringdale on first. Sarah Munger currently at the plate. Southeast Polk gonna talk again inside the circle. And those discussions are starting to get pretty frequent. It looks like we're gonna have another pitching change. Can't tell who this is right now. Something tells me this is gonna be a pitcher we have not seen yet.
Back in the circle, number 16, Reese.
So it is Reese Curfey, so we actually have seen her. She's coming back out. She originally started this game. Well, while Curfey is warming up, we'll basically give you a short little recap of what's brought us to where we're at right now. It all started with Sarah Munger with a 2-run shot to deep center to get the scoring started for the Hawkettes. That was in the bottom of the first. And they led 2-0 all the way to the top of the 4th when the Rams got 3 runs in that inning. But then the Hawkettes struck right back in the bottom of the 5th to make it 6-3. Each team has scored 1 run since. Munger hits that one to deep center again. It is gone again. Sarah Munger with her 2nd home run to center field in this ball game. This one blown wide open. Now leading 9-4, and that was a monumental home run for her. We'll find out which one that was for her, as she got a very nice looking medal out of the teammates in her dugout. Tinley Heidemann now at the plate. fresh count, 2 outs. No runners on base right now. This one in the zone for strike one for Heidemann. Reagan Hogan currently on deck. Heidemann with the 0-1 count. This one fouled. It lands on the fan side of the fence. Some fan will grab that foul ball. Heidemann struck out swinging in the bottom of the first. She has had back-to-back hits on her previous 2 trips to the plate. She's in bunter position. She pulls back. Swings and misses at that one for strike 3. That ends the 6th inning, but the Hawkettes blew this one wide open with 3 runs, including a 2-run shot from Sarah Munger. When we come back, it'll be Reese Curfey, Ava Miller, and Hallie Clark due up for the Rams in the top of the 7th. You are watching Hawkette Softball on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate Team.
At Ankeny Community School District, we know the power of public education. Your child's preschool, transitional kindergarten, and kindergarten journey begins here with a strong foundation. Certified educators provide an engaging curriculum in safe, nurturing environments. Space is limited for preschool and transitional kindergarten. Experience Ankeny. Preschool is free, and the strong start we provide your little learner is priceless.
Welcome back to the top of the 7th here from Ankeny High School. The Hawkettes lead in 9-4 against the 4th-ranked Rams out of Southeast Polk. And the Hawkettes searching for an upset sweep here tonight. This game is game number 3 out of 6 of a 4-day homestand. 11-1 loss against Valley last night, but a rebound with a 3-4 win in game 1 today against Southeast Polk. Searching to close this one out. Ava Miller lets the first one pass her for strike 1. A correction, that's Curfey. Miller is currently on deck. That one grounded right to third. Swift hit and a swift throw to first for out number 1. So now Ava Miller comes back to the plate. Miller so far without a hit yet, as she had a fly out to shortstop and a ground out to third on her only other 2 trips to the plate in this game. That one low for ball 1. So far this night just not going the way that the Rams would have liked it to. That one outside for ball 2. The Rams would need a miracle here in order to try to extend this game. Currently down by 5. This one grounded to third again. Back-to-back putouts from third base to first. And that brings us back to the top of the order with Hallie Clark at the plate. This Ankeny team is ready to go all out if they complete this upset sweep. That one outside for ball number 1. That one nearing the ankles of Hallie Clark. Currently 1-0 count for Clark. This one hit into right center and caught for out number 3. And that is an upset sweep of the 4th-ranked team in Class 5A. The Hawkettes win Game 2, 9-4. The Hawkettes move to 7-8 on the season. 2 big wins tonight. 2 big top 5 wins at that in rebounding fashion to the loss last night. With that, the Hawkettes are now 2-1 this week in their homestand. Tomorrow, we welcome in Johnston for another doubleheader here at Ankeny High School as the Hawkettes will look to build on their momentum, and then they'll close out their homestand with Waukee, one single game against the Warriors on Thursday at 7 p.m. You can find those games right here on the Carl Chevrolet family of networks built by the Danielle Seifert Real Estate team. With that, we say so long from Ankeny High School. This has been Nick Menson with you on the call. Rest easy, y'all, and be back here tomorrow for more Hawkette softball. Have a good night, everyone.
More Iowans drive Chevy than any other brand, and nearly 25% of the new Chevrolets sold last year came from the Carl Auto Group. Since 1978, we've exceeded expectations with an unbeatable selection and hard work that makes us your dealer for life. Come see why Iowans trust Carl Chevrolet with locations in Ankeny, Stewart, and Webster City.
Your dealer for life. It's the Carl way.